And I think we live. Yep. Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Yashael, it's SOJ. You know what I'm saying? Coming at you with a stream. You know, it's been a minute since we did our last stream, and we just wanted to get, you know what I'm saying, get something out to Yashael because it's like it's like really a lack of like, you know what I'm saying, like knowledge or wisdom or understanding. You know, they're just it's been like the same. It's been like the same cycle. You know what I'm saying? There's like no elevation. You know, they're still constantly focused on the same thing. But yeah, the video today is gonna be over like the foundation of Yashael, which would be, you know, keeping the Torah, which would be the foundation, coming back to Yahweh, you know what I'm saying, after all the folly that, you know what I'm saying, we were into. But yeah, it's good to be back, you know, with another stream that we all can get together and, you know, put forth information and put forth the RAWACH. So with that, I say praise Yahweh for allowing us to get together and do that, and to keep his RAWACH and to constantly, you know, reflect upon his precepts. But that being said, I'll pass it off to the next brother so they can get their shalom in.
Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. This is Brother Z, SOJ. We're glad to be here again to present to you guys another video. We're doing a live stream today over Slack, over pretty much keeping the safeguarding the charge. Slack, not safeguarding charge. Remind me again, brother. What would you say again? The I don't know what the words that missed me. I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
No, I was saying the foundation of Yashael. You know what I'm saying? Like what we're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like what we're supposed to be doing as a people in order to, you know what I'm saying, get back to Yahweh and stay within his RAWACH and to, you know, keep his RAWACH and to elevate. You know what I'm saying? To seek intelligence to build ourselves as a nation, but we also have to build ourselves individually. You know, be a strong one in the mind, to be strong and courageous in this walk. You know what I'm saying? To stand up, you know, for Yahweh and his truth. You know, and his RAWACH.
Pretty much, we're going to be talking about the foundation, having a strong foundation in the RAWACH, and trying to sustain it. And pretty much, we're going to be going over like what the foundation of YASHARAL is personally, and you know, and as for our nation as a whole. But yeah, this brother Z, Shalom.
Shalom, family. It's Brother Jordan or Yaradan. I don't do these often. You know, I'm really new to this, so I'm going to give out some points, some things that I feel that I can say or feel will be needed or necessary for the topic. You know, but I won't be too specific with it because, like I said, I'm new to this. Like, I'm new to giving out this type of information, and I don't want to give it off incorrectly or improper or wrong. So again, shalom to everybody on the panel. I hope you all just have a great day and then just enjoy the stream. You know, I'm just pass it off to the next brother, but shalom.
All right, shalom. This brother X. Hold on, I'm talking. Can you hear me? All right,
good?
Shalom. This is brother X from SOJ. Just want to say shalom to all the Yakad, to all the brothers and sisters out there, our Akim. We thank you for tuning in today. Today's topic is going to be about how we can establish a strong foundation, you know what I'm saying, as men and as sisters in this walk, as well as a nation, how we can get back to our actual foundation, which is the Most High and His Torah. So if you heed this video, give it a thumbs up, just like it, you know, whatever. And we thank you guys for your constant support, and we just want to continue to go forward. So with that being said, you want to say Yahweh Khan, and may you guys continue to, be blessed and be diligent in these harsh times.
Kind of, brother. If anybody want to get that first points,
You can take it away, brother.
all right, brother. Give me 1 second. I was looking for this up. I was looking for this verse. Give me 1 second.
But I was gonna I was like 1 second.
Oh no, you good, brother. All right. Well, my first point is gonna be in. It's gonna be in Deuteronomy 33, right? So basically, we're supposed to keep Yahweh's RAWACH, you know what I'm saying? Which is, our heritage. So with that, I'm gonna read this verse. Deuteronomy 33, verse 1. And this is the blessing that Mashah, or Moses, the man of God, bestowed upon the children of YASHARAL before his death. He said, Yahweh came from Sinai, having shown forth to them from Seir, having appeared from Mount Paran, and then approached with some of the holy myriads. From his right hand, he presented the fiery RAWACH to them. Indeed, you loved the tribes greatly. All its holy ones were in your hands, for they planted themselves at your feet, bearing the yoke of your utterances. Right? It said the holy ones, right? The ones who are supposed to be set apart, which is Quadash, saying Yahweh's treasured people, right? Verse 4, the RAWACH that Mashah or Moses commanded us is the heritage of the congregation of Jacob. He became king over YASHARAL when the numbers of the nations gathered the tribes of YASHARAL in unity, which is like, under one, under Yahweh, under his truth. So, the RAWACH is our heritage. And he said he became king over YASHARAL. YASHARAL is, another word for Yasha'el, which Yashar means upright, or like the upright man, or to be established, right? So with that, I'm just gonna back that up with Isaiah. Give me 1 second. I think it's, let's say, you could go to Isaiah 51, and I'm gonna start from verse 1. Listen to me, O pursuers of righteousness, O seekers of Yahweh. Look to the rock from which you were hewn, and at the hollow of the pit from which you were dug. Look to Abraham, your forefather, and to Sarah, who bore you. For when he was yet one alone did I summon him, and bless him, and make him many. For Yahweh will comfort Zion. He will comfort all her ruins. He will make her wilderness like Edom, and her wasteland like a garden of Yahweh. Joy and gladness will be found there, thanksgiving and the sound of music. Right? Verse 4. Pay attention to me, my people. Give ear to me, my nation. For instruction will come forth from me, and my judgment will be a light for peoples, to whom I will give rest. My righteousness is near. My salvation has gone forth. My arms will chastise nations. The islands will put their hope in me and will trust in my arm. Lift your eyes to the heavens. Look at the earth below, for the heavens will dissipate like smoke, and the earth will wear out like a garment, and its inhabitants will die as well. But my salvation will be forever, and my righteousness will not be broken. Right? In verse 7, listen to me, you who know righteousness, the nation with my RAWACH in his heart. Right? In his heart, the word lab also means mind. So in your heart, in your mind, always. Mind and RAWACH is like spirit and mind. You know what I'm saying? The Holy Spirit is the RAWACH, the wisdom, contemplation and, reflection. Do not fear from the disparagement from Do not fear from the disparagement of man, and do not be broken by the insults. For like a garment, a moth will eat them, and like wool, a worm will eat them. But my righteousness will be forever, and my salvation for all generations. Right? But I wanted to go back to verse 4. It says, pay attention to me, my people. Give ear to me, my nation. For instruction will come forth from me, and my judgment will be a light for peoples, to whom I will give rest. Right? Now, bear with me. I'm gonna pull this up. Can y'all let me know if it's sharing?
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Oh, it won't let me share the screen for some reason. Wait, okay. There we go. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, cool. So let me use this one. And we're gonna go to Isaiah. Chapter verse 4. Verse 4, right? It says, "Hearken to me, my people and my nation." This one says, "Bend your ears to me, when Torah shall emanate from me, and my judgment shall be for the light of the peoples. I will give them rest." Right? So it says, "Ha qua shayabah," right? Which means like to hearken or hearing. Ele, to me, ame, my people. Right? Keep going. My people. And then it says, "Wa let awame," which means like my nation. Though the root will be laem. Ele, to me, ha ezayana, which means to give ear or listen. Oh, give me 1 second. Cat for RAWACH, right? For Torah, but the word used is instruction, which it is instruction, is teachings for the mind, to water the mind in order to sprout vegetation, which is, conception of thoughts. Ma'ete, which is like, it's like with, or like pointing to. Tatze, which is like to go, or to come forth, or to go forth. Wa mashafate, which is my judgments. La ewar, for light. Amayam, peoples. Eragaya, which is I settle, or like I rest. Right? So it's like hearken to me, my people, my nation, to me, give ear or listen for like Tarawah. You know what I'm saying? For the Torah or teachings or instruction with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Like ma'ete, which is like with, or like pointing to. Like to go, or like to come forth my judgments for light or illumination or enlightenment. Peoples, I settle, or I give, or I rest, or like I abide. You know what I'm saying? So, the Tarawah, the Torah shall emanate from me. You know what I'm saying? So we're supposed to keep the Tarawah in our minds, our hearts and our souls, in order to to be an established nation, because it gives us the guidelines in order to be established, or to be, strong in the mind. You know what I'm saying? To be a people.
Hold on, real quick, Doc. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. But before you cut the website thing off, can you go to Ezekiel chapter 43, verse 10?
I got you, brother. This is a great scripture.
I feel like maybe you can break down the language on that for the people.
I got you, brother. So right here. All right, let me go to it. RAWACH.
Yep, that's it.
All right, so all right, Ezekiel 43, verse 10. You, son of man, tell the house of YASHARAL about the temple, and let them be ashamed of their iniquities, and calculate the temple's designs. If they become ashamed of all that they have done, then make known to them the form of the temple and its designs, its exits and its entrances, and all its building forms, all its laws and all its designs, and all its teachings, and write all this down before their eyes, so that they may safeguard its entire form and all its rules and fulfill them. This is the teaching regarding the temple atop the mountain. Its entire boundary all around shall be most holy. Behold, this is the teaching regarding the temple, right? It said the temple atop the mountain. The word har, which also means mountain, or like a mount, it also means conception, or like conceiving thoughts, or conceptions of thoughts. You know what I'm saying? But right here, is it small? Should I make it bigger?
It's pretty small, but I don't know how it will like. It's small, but I think it's because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, you can probably make it a little bit bigger.
I got you.
But no, to add on to what you were saying, in verse 10, where it says, let them be ashamed of their iniquities, you know, that means not to have a stiff neck and not a prideful heart, you know. Like you have to sit there and you have to meditate and really analyze what you're thinking about, like what you're doing in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't hide out anything because the Most High sees everything, you know? So you really have to be open and honest with yourself when you're on this journey and when you're studying the Torah, because that's the only way you're going to progress as a person, you know? If you hide things within yourself, then are you really being honest with yourself? So that's just something I want to add to the verse.
Come on, brother. Come. And this is verse 10. It says, Etah, you, bond, son, Edom, man, Hagad, which is announce or to explain. Eth, which is like pointing to Bayath, house, YASHARAL, right? House. Bayath, YASHARAL, the house of YASHARAL, Eth. Eth, Ha, Bayath, which is the temple. I'm trying to read on here and read in my RAWACH. My bad. That's kind of hard. But it says Ha Bayath, which would be the temple. You know what I'm saying? Which would be the inner man, the RAWACH, the spirit, the mind. You know, where Yahawah meets you. You know, it says Waya Kalama, and be ashamed, or like shame Ma Awana Wate Yaham, which is like, you know, like your iniquities. Yeah. And let them be ashamed of their iniquities. The ham on the end, which would be like them, or like their iniquities. Wa madada. It says and measure. And like measure the temple's designs. It's like estimate. It's like, you know, to cogitate, you know what I'm saying? To reflect, you know what I'm saying? Reflect inwardly. To be in order to be ashamed of, you know what I'm saying, of your iniquities, you have to reflect inwardly and know that you have sinned and you have done wrong. Et takanay salah. Et takanayat. Takanayat. Which means like the pattern or the song or like the design, you know what I'm saying, or like the pattern of the temple. You know what I'm saying? That there's 3 degrees, you know. The lower degree is where, you know what I'm saying, you have to put yourself upon that altar. You know what I'm saying? The matzabak, you know, the altar is, you know, is the copper altar. Copper is a profane metal. So, you know, you put yourself on that altar to burn off your impurities or like your dross. You know what I'm saying? It's like describe the, you know what I'm saying, the house, which is the temple, to the house of YAHAWAH, that they may be ashamed of their iniquities, right? And then you also have the holy place, which is the higher call. But before that, you have the awalam, which means to be silent. You know what I'm saying? To like silence, you know, your own thoughts, your own foolishness, all that, you know, you got to cut out before you enter the higher call, which is the holy place, which is the teachings of, you know what I'm saying, where you listen to the teachings of Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? You reflect inwardly, because the lakam, which is the showbread, is the internal fight. And then the incense altar, smoke, you know, it was burning the morning, afternoon, and evening. You know what I'm saying? The word bakwar, which means morning, you can also switch it to kwarab, which means the innermost part, which is also your heart, or like your drive or your motivation. But hold on, let me get to verse 11. Verse 11. If they become ashamed of all that they have done, then make known to them the form of the temple and its design, its exits and its entrances, and all its building forms, all its laws and all its designs and all its teachings. Write all this down before their eyes, so that they may safeguard its entire form and all its rules and fulfill them. Right? Bear with me. It says YM, and which is and if not kalama, if they be ashamed, makal, of all or every, eshar, that, asha, with asha, which the root would be asha, which means labor, or to like to do or to make. RAWACH, excuse me, which is the form or the shape. Ha bayath, the temple. Wa takawanata, takawanata, which means which is like to arrange or like to estimate or to ponder. Mawat zayah. So like it's hard to say this word. Mawat zayah, which is exits. You know what I'm saying? But it also means like a meadow or like a gate. Mawabeya, and entrances. Call, and all every. Oh, so like I lost my place. Start from right here. Says call, and all or every. Zawah Ratha, forms or shape. Zawah Ratayah, which is like fortification. Well, you know what I'm saying, but it also means like form or shape. Eth, and like pointing to call all or every cha quatayah is like thought or like law, or also means appointment. Wa call and all zawa rata form or shape zawa ratayah, which is like refuge or fortification, but also means form or shape. You know, there's many definitions. Wa call and all or every tarawata teaching, you know what I'm saying, which is the Torah, which you know in it says in the Torah it says laws, but it's the Torah. It's not, you know, so it's not just a book of laws. It's a book to elevate spiritually, you know, and mentally. Torah, and it says Tarawatayah, right? Now we're gonna go. It says Hawada'ah, which means to make known or to instruct. The root would be Yada'ah, Ewatam, Wa Katab. So it's like instruct. So it's like well, basically it's saying like to make known, or like to instruct, or Yada'ah, which means like to make known to them. Wa Katab, and write. La Anayataham, what La Ayat Nayaham, before their eyes, which ayan also means to think. So it's like write all this down before their eyes. Waya Shamara, which is to protect or to guard or to observe. Et Kal, all or every or entire. Zarawata form. Wa'et, which is concerning. Kal all. Ha Kwataya, you know, law, appointment, or thought. Wa Asha, you know, like to execute or to fulfill or to follow or to work them. So you know what I'm saying? So like I know that was kind of hard to like follow along. But basically, you know, like, you know, it's saying write all this down. This is, you know, like retain it. You know what I'm saying? To like calculate the temple's designs. You have to look inwardly, you know what I'm saying, in order to, you know what I'm saying, you want to sacrifice that low man, that low thinking man, that earthly man, you know what I'm saying, the one who, you know, who's a sluggard and, you know, just lacks the motivation in order to do the work, you know, to build the sanctuary. Because in Exodus it also says, you know what I'm saying, tell the house of Yashael to build a sanctuary for me. You know what I'm saying? Those whose hearts were motivated, you know, which means free will offerings. They brought free will offerings in order to build the temple. So it's like offering your best, or, you know, unblemished to Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Offering like your pure heart, you know what I'm saying, a clean mind to Yahweh. Like crossing over from that low state of mind, that low copper mind, and, you know, elevating into a newer, cleaner mind state, which will also be like a representation of the land of Yashael, also the Tarawah. You know, it's also knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know what I'm saying? Putting those together in order to use discernment and to judge properly. You know, to not have unequal scales. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, you have to have equal, you know, weights and balances, equal scales. You can't, you know, you have to judge properly. But that's all a part of the foundation in being Yashael, which is, you know, having a strong foundation in the Tarawah to become, you know, to become a nation of discernment. You know what I'm saying? A set apart nation. A nation who's not trying to, you know, be like or take on the traditions of the nations around us who worship idols, you know what I'm saying, and lacks the, you know, you know what I'm saying, the Tharawah. Because like I read first in Deuteronomy, it says the Tharawah is the heritage of the congregation of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? So it's like instruction for us, and we have to teach it to our children and our children's children. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if any other brothers wanted to add in.
Khan, no, I was just listening. I had this verse here that pretty much backs up what you were saying. This is Isaiah. This is gonna be Isaiah chapter 30. I'm sorry, Isaiah chapter 29. Um, Isaiah chapter 29, and I'm gonna read verse 11 real quick. It says, "To you all the true prophecies." I'm sorry, to you all the true prophecy is like the words of a sealed document, which one gives to a literate person, saying, "Please read this," and he says, "I cannot, for it is sealed." Then the document is given to an illiterate person, saying, "Please read this," and he says, "I am not literate." I'm gonna go down to verse 22. Therefore, thus said Yahweh, who redeemed Abraham, to the house of Jacob. Jacob will not be ashamed now, and his face will not pale now. When he sees his children, my handiwork in their midst, who will sanctify my name? They will sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and revere the God of YASHARAL. Those of misguided spirit will obtain understanding, and complainers will learn God's instructions. And that's why I was reading that verse. Pretty much, where we're in an age where people don't want to open themselves up to the Torah. You know what I'm saying? And when the brothers some brothers who do um uh you know what I'm saying, don't necessarily find their way to the Torah, they'll stay in the Bible, or but you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about just like on the base level of people coming into the fact that they're Yasharal. They may not understand the foundation of us as Israel. And the foundation of us as Yasharal is the covenant. You know what I'm saying? The testimony. The Torah. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much with that verse, it says in verse 24, chapter 29, says, "Those of misguided spirit will obtain understanding, and complainers will learn God's instruction." Right? So what is understanding, and what is instruction? I'm gonna go all the way to the beginning. Well, not to the beginning, but Exodus. I'm gonna go to Exodus chapter 19, and I want to start here. Verse 3. It says, Moses ascended to God, and I'm sorry, verse 3. Moses ascended to God, and Yahweh called him from the mountain, saying, "So shall you say to the house of Yasharal, to the house of Jacob, and relate to the children of Yasharal. You shall see, you have seen what I did to Egypt, and I've borne you on the wings of eagles, and brought you to me. And now, if you hearken well to me and observe my covenant, you shall be to me most beloved treasure of all peoples, for mine is the entire world. You shall be to me a kingdom of ministers and a holy nation. These are the words that you shall speak to Yasharal, to the children of Yasharal." Right? Verse 7. Moses came and summoned the elders of the people, and put before them all these words that Yahweh had commanded him. The entire people responded together and said, "Everything that Yahweh has spoken, we shall do." Right? Um, a big part of this verse that I was bringing out was verse 5. It says, "And now, if you hearken well to me and observe my covenant, you shall be to me the most beloved treasure of all peoples." What is the covenant, and what is this that we're agreeing to? You know what I'm saying? This also ties into what the foundation of Yasharal is. um I'm gonna continue to well, after Exodus chapter 19, it goes on to chapter 20, and that's when the commandments are given to Yasharal. The Most High has Moses purify the people so that he meets them on the mountain, and he explains, or he speaks to them the commandments, and he also lays out to them the ordinances, and the ordinances and the decrees, and the just the ways that we're supposed to go about, you know, everything in general. uh I'm going to move on to verse Salak. It's gonna be Exodus 24. um Exodus 24. I'm gonna start here at verse 3. It says Moses came and told the people all the words of Yahweh and all the ordinances, and the entire people responded with one voice, and they said, all the words that Yahweh has spoken we will do. Now this is right after the Most High finished is just done laying out the ordinances and the decrees to our people after the commandments. The reason why I'm going over this and why it's so important is because when it comes to a foundation of having a foundation of our people, we have to understand that the Torah isn't just a foundation because it was a vote by a bunch of Israelites that this should be it. It's it because it is a covenantal standing with Yahweh and our nation, and it was conducted by Moses. So I'm going to continue over here. Verse 3. Moses came and told the people all the words of Yahweh and all the ordinances, and the entire people responded with one voice, and they said, all the words that Yahweh has spoken we will do. Verse 4. Moses wrote all the words of Yahweh. Moses wrote all the words of Yahweh. He arose early in the morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain and 12 pillars for the 12 tribes of Yasharal. He sent the youths of the children of Israel, and they brought burnt offerings, and they slaughtered bulls to Yahweh as a feast offering to Yahweh. Moses took half the blood and placed it in the basins, and half the blood he threw upon the altars. He took the book of the covenant and read it in earshot of the people, and they said, everything that Yahweh has said we shall do, and we will obey. Right? These are our ancestors agreeing to the covenant in which Yahweh's laid out for them. Verse 8. Moses took the blood and threw it upon the people, and he said, behold, the blood of the covenant that Yahweh sealed with you concerning all these matters. Thus we entered into an everlasting covenant with the Most High Yahweh. Right? So now I'm gonna go back to chapter 20, and we're gonna read the foundation, of the covenant. Verse 1. God spoke all these statements, saying, I am Yahweh your God, who has taken you out of the land of Egypt from the house of slavery. You shall not recognize the gods of others in my presence. You shall not make yourselves a carved image, nor any likeness of which is in it, or which is in the heavens above, or on the earth below, or in the waters beneath the earth. You shall not prostrate yourself to them, nor worship them. For I am Yahweh your God, a jealous God, who visits the sins of fathers upon children to the third and fourth generations, for my enemies, but who shows kindness for thousands of generations to those who love me and observe my commandments. You shall not take the name of Yahweh your God in vain, for Yahweh will not absolve anyone who takes his name in vain. Remember the Shabbat day to sanctify it. 6 days shall you work and accomplish all your work, but the 7 days the Shabbat day to Yahweh your God. You shall not do any work, you, your sons, your daughter, your slave, your maidservant, your animal, your convert within your gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made the heavens and the earth and the sea and all that is in them. He rested on the 7th day. Therefore Yahweh blessed the Shabbat day and sanctified it. Honor your father and your mother, so that your days will be lengthened upon the land that Yahweh your God gives you. You shall not kill, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness against your fellow. You shall not covet, you shall not covet your fellow's house, you shall not covet your fellow's wife, his manservant, his maidservant, his ox, his donkey, nor anything that belongs to your fellow. The entire people saw the thunder and the flames, the sound of the shofar and the smoking mountain. The people saw and trembled, still from afar. They said to Moses, you speak to us and we shall hear. Let God not speak to us, lest we die. Moses said to the people, do not fear. In order to elevate you has God come, so that all of him shall be upon your faces, so that you shall not sin. So this is the covenant, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? This is part of it. The commandments, or it's like the heart of it. But then, there's ordinances and there's decrees. The Most High continue to lay out ordinances and decrees in order for us to follow. That being, the laws of the bondsman, the laws of murder, manslaughter, killing, the penalties of such, the way we go about and conduct our the ways we handle death, the ways we handle the laws in general, everything from just it goes through the laws and the ordinances throughout Exodus 22 and 23 and 21. So basically what after what I've said here, my point is that that is the foundation, the commandments, the Torah. You know what I'm saying? The Torah, just like the brothers was explaining, that said that the Most High presented the fiery Torah to us. It's a gift, and it's a testimony. And I'm gonna just end my point right there.
I had a couple verses real quick. This is Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah 44. I'm gonna start at verse 1. But hear now, Jacob, my servant, and Yasharal, whom I have chosen. Thus says Yahweh, who made you and fashioned you from the womb, who will help you. Fear not, my servant Jacob, and Yasharal, whom I have chosen. Just as I pour out water upon the thirsty land and flowing water upon the dry land, so shall I pour out my spirit upon your offspring and my blessing upon your progeny. And they will flourish among the grass like willows by streams of water. This one will say, I am Yahweh's, and the other one will call himself by the name of Yahuwah or Jacob. This one will sign his allegiance to Yahweh and adopt the name of Yasharal. Right? So it says, fear not, my servant Jacob and Yasharal, which is, another name for Yasharal, which are the upright ones, which means, Yashar means upright. El means God. It also means like, Elah means like strength, or like, power, or like might. And Yahweh is our strength, our might, and our power. You know what I'm saying? But it means like an upright one of God as well. And then if you look at verse 3, it says, just as I pour out water upon the thirsty land and flowing water upon the dry land, so shall I pour out my spirit upon your offspring and my blessing upon your progeny. So it's like, just as I pour out water upon the thirsty land. What's the water? The water is the Torah, the teachings of the RAWACH for you to contemplate. Oh, I got another verse about that. For you to contemplate upon and meditate upon the scriptures, and apply them to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, again, you have to. You know what I'm saying? Once you keep the RAWACH, you can't live the same way as if you know what I'm saying, before you knew about it, you didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? You have, you got to change. You can't be the same, because that would mean no elevation and no, no seeking intelligence, or, you just being base. But once you keep the RAWACH, it helps you like expand your mental capacity, right? And how to better carry yourself in, just conduct yourself in certain situations. It's the internal fight, waging war within yourself in order to, to be a better man, to do right in Yahweh's eyes, to try it to the utmost, to try and to improve your ways. But yeah, let me get that verse real quick. I got a couple of words.
To back that up with a verse that in Ecclesiastes in chapter 12, starting at verse 13, it says, the sum of the matter, when all has been considered, fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for that is man's whole duty. For God will judge every deed, even everything hidden, whether good or evil. So that's just to back up what you was just saying.
I got another verse for that. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people have been eliminated for lack of knowledge, for you have spurned knowledge, and I will spurn you from serving me. And as you have forgotten the Torah of your God, I too will forget your children. And this is a reason for us, being so in the wind. We're we're tossed to and fro because we don't have a foundation. Our people don't have a hub to gather at. Everyone that we try to, it just falls apart because our Yasharal, us being Yasharal, our only foundation is the covenant, the Torah. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just what it is. It says the most I said it right here. He says, and as you have forgotten the Torah of your God, I too will forget your children. You see what I'm saying? So, as you know what I mean, because of us not hearkening the curses, you know what I'm saying, of Leviticus chapter 26 is on us. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can get to that whenever you brothers get your points out.
I got a scripture I want to bring out right quick.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, Shalom, brother X. I'm gonna bring out Psalms 50. I'm gonna read the whole thing. It's not terribly long. It's only 23 verses. So Psalms 50. It's a psalm by Asaph. Almighty God, Yahweh spoke and called to the earth from the rising of the sun to its setting. Out of Zion, consummation of beauty, God appeared. Our God will, what's like, our God will come and not be silent. A fire will consume before him, and his surroundings are exceedingly turbulent. He will call to the heavens above and to the earth to avenge his people. Gather my devout ones unto me, sealers of my covenant through sacrifice. Then the heavens proclaim his righteousness, for God is the judge. Selah. Pay heed, my people, and I shall speak YASHARAL, and I shall bear witness against you. God, your God am I. I shall not rebuke you for your sacrifices, nor are your burnt offerings my constant concern. See that? As far as that, within our foundation, from us going astray, we seem to now think that we can appease the Most High by giving, what I'm saying, offerings and sacrifices without actually changing. You know what I'm saying? And these are things of nothingness. But I'm gonna continue to read. Uh, verse 4. It says, "He called out to the heaven." Oh no, I'm not on verse 4. Sorry. Uh, Verse 6. Then the heavens proclaim his righteousness, for God is the judge. Selah, pay heed, my people, and I shall speak. Yasharal, and I shall bear witness against you. God, your God am I. I shall not rebuke you for your sacrifices, nor are your burnt offerings any of my concern. I take not from your household any bull, nor from your pens any goats. For mine is every beast of the forest, the cattle of thousand mountains. I know every bird on the mountains, and what creeps upon my fields is with me. Even were I hungry, even were I hungry, I would not tell you. For mine is the world and its fullness. Do I eat the flesh of bulls or drink the blood of goats? Offer God confession, then redeem your vows to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? These are things how you reestablish, you know, a strong foundation with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are at a point to where we don't even have a relationship, or we have to reestablish a relationship. So this is how you do it. You know what I'm saying? You offer God confession, then you redeem your vows that you made to the Most High, because those are important. But I'm gonna continue to read. Verse 15. It says, "And call upon me in the day of distress. I will release you in your." Oh, stop. Give me 1 second. "And call upon me in the day of distress. I will release you, and you will honor me. But to the wicked, God said, to what purpose do you recount my decrees and bear my covenant upon your lips? For you hate discipline, and you threw my words behind you." See, the Most High's words is his RAWACH. You know what I'm saying? That's the foundation that he placed within YASHARAL, so that we will have a connection to him. You know what I'm saying? So this is what he's telling us. He's rebuking us, his children. You know what I'm saying? He's telling us of those that were wicked, and sorry to say that was the majority of Yasharal. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So it says, "For you hate discipline, and you threw my words behind you." You know what I'm saying? That's what we did. I'm gonna continue. It says, verse 18. "If you saw a thief, you agreed to be with him, and with adulterers was your lot. You dispatched your mouth for evil, and your tongue adheres to deceit. You sit and speak against your brother. You slander your mother's son. These have you done. And I kept silent. You thought that I was like you? I will rebuke you and lay it clearly before your eyes. Understand this now. You who have forgotten God, least I tear you asunder, and there be none to rescue. He who offers confession honors me, and one who orders his way, I will show him the salvation of God. See right there. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is telling you how to come back to Him. You know what I'm saying? He's telling you how to reconnect and reestablish that. You know what I'm saying? That relationship that you once had. You know what I'm saying? This is pertaining to all those who have, you know what I'm saying, lost that relationship with the Most High or grown apart. This is how you get back. You know what I'm saying? You gotta offer the Most High confession. That's what he enjoys. That's what he likes. He don't want the physical sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't delight in any of that. He just told you for his it's the whole entire world. So he don't need you to be concerned with what he wants. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that. It's what he tells you to do. You know what I'm saying? We just need to be obedient and we need to, you know what I'm saying, do what we are supposed to do within our covenant in order to continue to thrive as a nation. That's, I mean, that's as simple. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get back to the brother.
Con, bro. Con. It's not you know what I'm saying, it's not like a physical, even though the Levites did, and we did conduct, the Levites conducted the sacrifices, but it's a representation of you putting yourself upon that altar. Well, Leviticus 1. I'll bring it out in a minute. This is Deuteronomy 6, verse 4. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh is our God. Yahweh is the one and only. You shall love Yahweh your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your resources. And these matters that I command you today shall be upon your heart. You shall teach them thoroughly to your children, and you shall speak of them while you sit in your home, while you walk on the way, when you retire, and when you arise. Bind them as a sign upon your arm, and let them be ornaments between your eyes, and write them on the doorpost of your house and upon your gates. You know what I'm saying? So it says, you shall love Yahweh your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your resources. Or like you know what I'm saying, you're diligent. You're zealous, you know what I'm saying, to seek Yahweh. And it says, and these matters that I command you today shall be upon your heart, which is law, which is also your mind. It also means mind, but like upon your heart. You shall teach them thoroughly to your children, and you shall speak with them while you sit in your home, while you walk on the way, when you retire, when you arise. So that means you shall always, contemplate upon it and meditate, and also teach it to your children so they can, grow up. Because remember, the father would be knowledge, the mother would be wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So as you read the Torah and you contemplate on it, the Holy Spirit, you contemplate upon the Torah, which is wisdom. You develop the child's mind. It's understanding. You teach the child the precepts of Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, they so you can raise them up as well in the Torah. You know what I'm saying? So they can follow Yahweh as well, so they won't go astray. And then it says, bind them as a sign upon your arm, and let them be ornaments between your eyes, and write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? It's, enlightenment for the mind, is gladdening to, you know what I'm saying? It's gladdening, but the Bashar, which would be the gospel, is gladdening to the heart. Then it says, write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates. Though, if I'm not mistaken, the word sha'ar also means gate, but it's like gatekeeper or like your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It's like, constant, contemplation. And shamar, which means to observe or like to safeguard. You know what I'm saying? To safeguard the temple or to safeguard the charge. You know what I'm saying? It's keeping impure things out of your mind, or impure and uncleanliness out of your life. you know what I'm saying, to keep the Torah wild. But yes, we do sin. You know what I'm saying? You know, we sin every day. We're not perfect. There is no man who's so holy righteous that he never sins. You know what I'm saying? But we have to acknowledge, you know, when we have sinned and come back to Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? That's the reflection upon the Torah. You know, if you know, it's the foundation for someone who didn't have the Torah and just, you know, just act on every, you know, wicked,
Impulse.
you know what I'm saying, who act off impulse and have, you know, no contemplation or no self-reflection on, like, you know, no 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 further, you know, thought process about the consequence of what could happen in this situation. You know what I'm saying? You're
They don't have
always
anything.
you go ahead, brother.
No, just I was just saying they don't have anything to rely on. They don't have any foundation. They don't have a foundation. You know what I'm saying? They're
Con,
tossed to and fro. You know what I'm saying? What's the most I say man is like? He's like a vessel, right? Like a pot, like a potter's pot. You know what I'm saying? You can be a house for any old spirit, whether that be a positive or negative. You know what I'm saying? So you become what you hold in you. You know what I'm saying? And
con,
and that's just it. That's what you know. That's what you know. What I'm saying, those, if you don't have the thyroid in your mind to rely on for righteousness and for correctness in your ways, you know what I'm saying. You may not necessarily. I don't say you may not. You won't know what Yahweh desires. You know what I'm saying. You won't just know that off of basic human impulse. Yeah, walking around in your society, you can know not to shoot people, but that won't teach you how to like gain nearness to the Creator. You know what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
con.
And you can have the best intuition in the world that still won't, teach you the ins and outs. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Exactly.
know what's going on. You can't just have people say, "Oh, I'm a good person. I'm a good person." It's like being a good person is not what this is about, my dude. You know what I'm saying? It's about, establishing a relationship with the Creator, and us being YASHARAL. This is our life. You know what I'm saying? This is what we have to be. This is what we have to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to pick back up where we left
Hmm.
off in ways. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that brothers don't be so short sighted. And it's important that brothers get the Tharawah in their spirits to have that frame of reference. You know what I'm saying? To have that goal, you know what I'm saying? To have that ideal, to have that idea like, in their mind.
Con,
People nowadays to get that replaced with Jeebus. They have that in their mind and they use that as their idea and they use that as their driving. And it's like, no, man, it's the Tharawah and Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? There's no image, of course, to the Creator. And that's not by accident. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a big part that gets people like confused because they're so used to having this physical frame of reference when the Torah is your spiritual frame of reference. You know what I'm saying? So
con. No, I will. I wanted to say this too. Uh, you know, Yahweh guides man's footsteps. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go off your own understanding or your counsel. You know what I'm saying? Because that will lead you astray. You know, you always want to put Yahweh's first. You always want to put Yahweh first. You know what I'm saying? In anything that you do, you know what I'm saying? Uh, because you know, just put Yahweh first. You know, in whether you know what I'm saying, like if you get enticed with something, you know what I'm saying, you know, put Yahweh first. That's like the if you keep the Tharawah and you know you contemplate upon that, you know how to combat those foolish thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Which is when you contemplate upon the Tharawah. Like it's the internal fight. Like you're gonna go through trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? But you shall be strong and courageous. You know, you can't break, you know what I'm saying, or bend. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be established. You gotta be upright. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be, you know, like strong in the mind. You know what I'm saying?
Abraham.
But Abraham, I think you were telling me his name means a strong one.
His name means strong one, or it means ancestor, or it means to fly, or it means strong one in the mind.
Con, con,
And
and
earlier, Salak, brother,
go ahead, bro.
But no, earlier when we was talking about in the back chat, you know, about the Garden of Eden, and you know how it's the purified mind, and
Con,
you know, so it's just like, and we was talking about that one word. What was it? Gone.
con. The word gone. The word gone means, fence, which also means garden. And also you got ganan, which means also like protected or to defend. You know what I'm saying?
Gone.
The Garden of Eden where Adam and Eve were before, you know, the serpent came to Eve and they got banished from the Garden of Eden, which they had to work the soil, they had to work the mind in order to get back to that higher state of thinking. So, but yeah, and then the word Adon, which means like a foundation, like strength. You know what I'm saying? It's like a strong one in the mind.
The Most High had
Right
placed
here.
them in a guarded mind state, in a pure form of thinking, and they
Con,
tainted it, and that's why they thought they were naked.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it, they ate the apple. Not it wasn't an apple, salad. That's just imagery. They ate the fruit from the tree of knowledge. They ate the fruit with their mouths. You know what I'm saying? And with their curiosity, did they sin? Not with their genitals. You see what I'm saying? So why they cover the genitals? You see what I mean?
Because they was exposing sin.
Exactly. In the
con,
mind. It was in the mind.
But
It's like the thought first. So it's the product of the thought. You know what I'm saying? Because the sin was, I mean, once she considered to eat the fruit, she had already went against what the Creator said.
con. But the serpent came to her, and the word nakash means a spell or to deceive. So when it said they died, they went to a lower state of thinking. You know what I'm saying? To like a lower carnal, earthly mind state. To where it's like that's the reason why they had to work the soil. You know what I'm saying? When you work the soil, you know what I'm saying, the seeds are planted, the water, waters the seed and grows the plants or vegetation, which the seed would be the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, then the water would be the teaching or like the wisdom, and then the understanding would be the outcome of,
The two,
the exactly which
which
would
is how
be
everything works.
Con. It's the process of creation. It's like the natural flow of creation. How
This is a
Yahweh
good.
created things.
This is a good gem. If any brothers listening and listening, um, another point, I mean, another thing that you can take away from this video is just that. If you consider the way you think and you consider the way you go about things, if you think of them in a height, length, and width, if you think them in a knowledge, wisdom, and understanding format, you may get to understanding more. You understand what I'm saying? You may get to that product, that production more if you understand, how the process works. Like a lot of brothers come into this loudmouth thinking they know everything with they got the KJV in their hand, they got their cape on, and they think they know everything and they just screaming, you know what I'm saying? But they don't have the wisdom necessarily. You see what I'm saying? So it comes out marred and the product isn't balanced because they're missing the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? In ways. So if you go about the way you think about things in like a 3-dimensional way, you might be able to produce more from your thought. You know what I'm saying? You can't just know. You gotta know, have a way of going about it, and have a way of producing it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what everything. That's what your sacrifices. That's what your free will offerings. That's what your vows. You know what I'm saying? That's what everything. It's like setting it up, the way you go about it, and then execution. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I had this verse here, these two verses here in Hosea I wanted to get to. Um, I know it seemed like Brother Beast wanted to say something. What'd you say, bro?
No, no, no. I just wanted to I wanted to add on to something you had said earlier about people getting thrown to and fro. You know, it was in Proverbs chapter 21, and it was verse 16. And it says, a person who wanders from the intelligent way will rest in the congregation of the dead. You know what I'm saying? So if you stray away from the Torah and you just go about, that way you was going, that journey that didn't lead to anywhere, no nothing, no answers, no nothing, just a whole bunch of questions and regrets, then that's where you're going to reside, in the congregation of the dead. So, we say this to help, and for you to take heed, but it is what it is. It's up to you. We'll just give you the information. But that's all I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying?
Khan, it's true. If you stray away from the foundation, how are you gonna build that? Whatever you build is gonna crumble because you don't have a foundation, and that's what's been happening to our people periodically over the generations. With all the different movements we've had, they've all failed and crumbled because none of them have a stable foundation. You know what I'm saying? And a stable foundation for Yasharal isn't the same for everyone else. It's only one place for Yasharal. It's only in one place. And if you don't start from that, then whatever the product of us as a whole or us individually, it's not going to necessarily come out to be in the best interests of our nation as a whole. And that's why we're going over this today. The foundation, what is it, and how do we continue and sustain it? I'm gonna get to this verse chapter. This is Hosea chapter 8, and then Hosea chapter 8 verse 1. It says, "To your pilot put a sulfur, the enemy swoops like an eagle upon the temple of Yahweh, because they have violated my covenant and they have rebelled against my Torah. To me, Yasharal should cry out, my God, we acknowledge you." You know what I'm saying? Verse 12. "I wrote for them the great principles of my Torah, yet they were regarded as something alien." You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna continue on to verse chapter 14, verse 2. It says, "Return Yasharal unto Yahweh your God, for you have stumbled in your iniquity. Take words with you and return to Yahweh. Say to him, may you forgive all iniquity and accept good intentions, and let our lips substitute for bulls. Assyria will not save us. We will not ride upon horses, and we will no longer say, O our gods, to the work of our hands, for it is with you that an orphan finds mercy." You know what I mean? Not what I mean, but Salah. Verse Hosea chapter 14, verse 2. That was verse 2 through 4. So there it explains a little bit more what the brother was explaining back earlier in the verse, Brother Jordan. It's not the sacrifices, you know what I'm saying? It's not the blood, it's the internal reflection of said things. You know what I'm saying? And if the reflection internally is missing, then the outside product is voided. And if the outside product is like, and if the internal thing is there and there's no execution or no product outside, then it isn't confirmed. You know what I'm saying? It has to be both of them. They both have to be there. It has to be an internal reflection and an outside product, because that's what you do. You make an internal sacrifice, an internal vow, an internal decree, an internal prayer, and you complete upon said things in your physical actions. You know what I'm saying? They have to both be there. But with our people, we're missing one, or we're just having one or the other. You know what I'm saying? We have to come together as a people and and execute. You know what I'm saying? When I say execute, I don't mean like death and stuff. I mean execute. I mean actually complete upon our vows, actually complete upon what we need to do, and that's just it. The Most High tells us what we need to do. Verse 3, "Take words with you and return to Yahweh. Say to him, may you forgive all iniquity and accept good intentions, and let our lips substitute for bulls." So it can't be said better. The foundation of Yasharal is the Torah and the testimony.
Leviticus 1. Let me bring this out real quick. All right, give me 1 second.
While the brother getting that, I just wanted to spit real off the head. Just mentioning some stuff recently about what's been going on in our nation and our people. We've been getting a lot of winds hitting us from left and right, and our people are getting stirred every which way. And I just want to make sure that everybody understands that it's important that we keep the Torah in our minds, and it's important that we live our life according to the law that Yahweh has given us, because it's easy to lose your footing in times like this, and it's easy to necessarily like lose your footing. You know what I'm saying? Stumble. But it takes each other to help each other up. You know what I'm saying? So if this video helps anybody, or if it's anything that you're gaining from this, it's like you're not alone out here. We all do stumble. We all do have our issues, but you know what I'm saying, Yahweh is everlasting. He doesn't get tired. We do. You know what I'm saying? So he won't give up on you. He won't get tired on you. You have to continue. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
no, brother. And then go back, you know what I'm saying, to being strong and courageous. You know, you can't. Okay, you can't have that. Remember, shortness of breath, that shortness of mind. You can't. Yahweh's bringing us to a land flowing with milk and honey. You know what I'm saying? You know, the RAWACH, but also like healing and sustenance. So, and a rakab, which means width or wideness, like room to move around, to arrange your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you don't want to have that shortness of mind, like how people did when they came out of Egypt, when they went back to worshiping idols and the molten calf. You know what I'm saying? After all the signs and wonders, you know, that they saw from Yahweh, you know, you don't want that shortness of mind. You want an abundance. You know what I'm saying? You know, of enlightenment, of teachings, of instruction, of the teachings of the Torah. You know, you don't want just a dry, you know, sand-filled earthly mind with no vegetation, with no water. It's a parched land. But I want to bring this out. This Leviticus 1, right? Okay, can y'all brothers? Oh, hold on, wait. Can you see it?
Yeah, we
yeah,
can see it.
Okay, cool. Right. So this is Leviticus 1, chapter 1. It says he called to Masha, and Yahweh spoke to him from the tent of meeting, saying, "Speak to the children of Yasharal and say to them, when a man among you brings an offering to Yahweh from animals, from the cattle, or from the flock, shall you bring your offering." Right. So it says Wayah, which is, and he called to Masha, which is Moses, Wayah Dabar, and he spoke, which also means matters, Yahweh Elayah to him. So, and he spoke Yahweh to him, Ma'ehal, which is like from the tent, or like with the tent, Mawa'ad, the tent of meeting or appointed time, La Emar, with saying. Let me zoom in. Verse 2, right? It says, the bar el bane Yashael, speak, which also means matters, el to bane, children, Yashael, wa emarath, which means and say. And it's like say eleham to them, edam ke ya kwarayab makam. It says to them, edam man ke ya kwarayab makam. Right now, remember that. Okay, this means man, ke for offering, right, or coming near, right, or the innermost part, right. It also means within self, makam, among all, kwaraban, which is offering or sacrifice, la Yahweh, man ha bahama, man ha bakwar wa man ha zaen, which is offering to Yahweh from animals. It also means like dumb beasts. From cattle, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that means cattle. Cattle. Wa man from ha zaen, the flock. Da Kwarayaba, which is like his offering. Eth Kwarabanakam, which also means like you all's, it's like you all's offering, right? Or you all's sacrifice. But it means within self. The word Kwarab is used, which is the innermost part, which means your heart. So you're supposed to bring, a pure heart to Yahweh. That's why it says you shall love Yahweh with all your heart, your mind, and your soul. You shall seek Yahweh with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. Right? So it's like Kwarab, which is the innermost part, the sacrifice. And it says, speak to the children of Yasha'el, say to them, when a man from among you brings a sacrifice to Yahweh from animals, from cattle, or from the flock, you shall bring your sacrifice. Right? The sacrifice is inward, which means like within yourself. There are representations of the sacrifice is a representation of you getting rid of impure properties or your impure ways, which bakwar, which means cattle. Bakwar also means to seek or to search, or also means mourning. And this is flock, right? So shall you bring your sacrifice, your inward most part, your heart to Yahweh. And with that, I'm gonna read Jeremiah 29, verse 11.
Brother's absolutely right about that. Just saying, like, he's right. I mean, breaking it down into the language really shows you the detail of meaning the verses in the scriptures have. It's serious. Our people are very used to conducting their ways and their spiritual life in the same manners as the nations. But the truth is, we can't do the same thing in reference or in servitude to Yahweh, because he's Yahweh is God. There's this it's not like the nations, they sacrifice to idols. The Most High is real. You know what I'm saying? So he wants what's real. He wants the thought and wants your heart's intuition. You know what I'm saying? To be, in favor of him and of his law. You know what I'm saying? So our people are trying to satisfy our people are trying to gain nearness to Yahweh through implements of the nations. The problem with that is that the implements of the nations' ways of gaining nearness to their idols is flawed, because their idols are fake, and their practices in which they try to gain favor through their idols are fake. So none of it is going to become relevant, or none of it is going to be relevant when it comes to us and our servitude to Yahweh. I just want to put that out there.
Con. Let me read Jeremiah 29, verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I am thinking for you, the word of Yahweh, thoughts of peace and not evil, to give you a future and hope. You will then call out to me and follow me. You will pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me, and you will find me, if you search for me with all your hearts. I will make myself available to you, the word of Yahweh, and I will return your captivity, and I will gather you in from all the nations and from all the places where I have dispersed you, the word of Yahweh, and I will return you to the place from which I exiled you. You know what I'm saying? So, but it says, you will seek me and you will find me if you search for me with all your hearts. I will make myself available to you, the word of Yahweh. So, if you diligent, if you want, if bring free will offerings to Yahweh, to build the temple, to work on the inner self, the inner man, to improve your ways, Yahweh will make himself available to you. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh meets you in the mind. And also your drive or your motivation has to be, for Yahweh, or to your desire have to be in his precepts. I got a verse. All right. We go to but I also want to say also all right, Jay Grant want me to get Chronicles, 2 Chronicles 6 verse 14. If somebody could grab that for me.
Second Chronicles chapter 6.
Verse 14.
One more time. Say that for me. One more time. Second Chronicles chapter 6, verse 14.
Yeah, 2 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 14.
All right, I'm here. You want me to go and read it?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
And you says for the brother who?
Brother Jay Grant.
Jay Grant. Jay Grant wants me to read 2 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 14. 14. He said, Yahweh, God of YASHARAL, there is none like you, O God, in the heavens nor on the earth, who preserves the covenant and the kindness for your servant, who walks before you with all their heart. For you have preserved your servant, my father David, all that you have spoken to him. You have spoke with your mouth, and you have fulfilled this very day. And now, O Yahweh, God of YASHARAL, preserve your promise to your servant, my father David, that you spoke to him, saying, These shall not cease from you, a man to sit before me upon the throne of YASHARAL, provided that your children preserve their way to follow my Torah, as you have gone before me. So now, Yahweh, God of YASHARAL, cause your word that you spoke to your servant David to come true. I just want to say, Khan, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Khan.
Yahweh
Beautiful
Khan, beautiful
scripture.
verse.
And it hits exactly on a point that we're making and on the topic of the video. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful verse, brother Jay.
Khan. And
that exemplifies to you the depth of YASHARAL's soul. I mean, look at that. That brother was online listening, and he had a verse in him that he wanted to bring out, that he wanted to be read because it resonated with what he was feeling and how he felt. You see, and the verse not just doesn't just do that. It also exemplifies, you know what I'm saying, the topic at hand that we're explaining. So you know what I mean? It's good to see, and it's good to understand that there's brothers out there who not just listen but understand exactly what we're saying. You know what I'm saying? What we're trying to get at, because it's important for our people right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now, more than ever, to obtain these ways and obtain these sources of water. I just want to say that.
No, Khan, brother, that's true. We have to, at least, what I'm saying, you want the water, the pure water. You don't want the dirty bacteria filled water. You know what I'm saying? You want the righteous wisdom, the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Not foreign wisdom, which is, going to deteriorate your spirit rather than build you up. You know what I'm saying? But with the offerings as well, when you putting the offering on the altar is a representation of also your prayer sending to Yahweh. It's a sweet smelling aroma. I don't remember the words off the top of my head, but qatar or qatayar, which is the word for smoke, it also means knots and riddles, but it also means to burn incense. You know what I'm saying? Burning incense is, your prayer to Yahweh. And it's also like your drive. The incense altar is a representation of your drive or your motivation that you have to fulfill and to observe and to safeguard Yahweh's truth or his charge, you know. But also I wanted to bring this verse out. This is Habakkuk 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 12. In your fury you trod the earth, in anger you trampled nations. You went forth to save your people, to save your anointed one. Right? Let me go. Bear with me. Yeah. So 12 and 13. With fury you tread the earth, with wrath you trample nations. You went forth to rescue your people, to rescue your anointed one. You have crushed the head of the house of the wicked, uncovering it from the foundation to the neck forever. Right? But it says, hold on, give me 1 second. It says, zoom in. It says, Yadze'et, Yadze'et, which means to go forth. La Yashar, which means to save or salvation. Amak, your people. La Yasha'ah, which means to save or to rescue. F, which is like pointing to Mashayakak, which is your anointed one, which Shayak means to be, which to contemplate, to be devoted to the Torah, which also means prayer, like reflection, meditation. Go ahead and finish it out. It says, Machazath, which means to plunge or to crush or to destroy. Raesh, which is head. Makbayath, which is with house, like of house. Rasha'ah, which is wicked, or the ungodly, which is crush the head or the house of the wicked or the ungodly. Arawath, and make bare or shame or naked. Yasawar, which also mean Salat. Yasawad, right? Yasawad, which also means foundations, which also means like counsel. Odd until Zawa'er, neck, Salah, you know, who crushes, who lays bare the foundation or the counsel to the, you know, to the neck, Selah, which is like a pause. But go back to this word, Shayak, which Mashayakak, which is your anointed one, or to be devoted to the Torah, with meditation, contemplation, reflection, cogitation, you know, reflecting inwardly, you know, as like water. When you read the RAWACH, it's like it's like a spiritual reflection. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's like the teachings for your mind in order to sprout vegetation, in order for you to expand your mind and to think on a higher mental capacity than you were without RAWACH, or when you were an earthly man. Like when you put yourself upon that altar, you start to change. You start to burn off the impurities. You know, you don't stray after, you know, enticement. You know what I'm saying? Because you fight against it. But which goes back to the lakam, which is the internal fight. But yeah, if any of the other brothers got any verses to bring out.
I got a verse. All right, so I'm going to be bringing out a verse out of Jeremiah. It's going to be Jeremiah 3, and I'm going to read verse 1, and I'm going to read down. You should be bear with me. I got about 3 Torahs in front of me. Okay, so Jeremiah 3 and 1. Oh, I have to read 37 first. So it says, from this alliance, and this was talking about, uh, this was in reference to an alliance that was going on during the time of, it says Balaam. So this is Jeremiah. But for Yahweh has rejected your granite, what's that? Granitors, you will not succeed with them, saying, if a man divorces his wife and she goes from him and marries another man, can he return to her again? Would that not bring profound guilt upon the land? Yet you have committed adultery with many lovers and would now return unto me, the word of Yahweh. So what he's telling us is that, in it's kind of like well, it's not kind of like, he's rebuking us by giving us a parable. He was saying, like, so you wouldn't allow your woman to leave you, like divorce you, go marry another man, and then she gets rid of him and then come back to you. You wouldn't do that. So why would you do that with him? Or why should he take us back? Because us as a nation, we have been harlots. You know what I'm saying? We have, or we have suck out many different gods. You know what I'm saying? We have suck out so many different idols, and it's bad. You know what I'm saying? It was bad that he had to say that, but that was just at a point in time to which our wickedness, had increased, and the land had become defiled with debauchery. But let me continue to read. Um, verse 2, it says, lift your eyes to the hilltops and see, where have you not been laying with? On the roads you awaited your lovers, like an Arab in the desert. You have brought guilt upon the land with your adultery and with your evil. The raindrops have been withheld, and the late rain did not happen. Yet you had the boldness of a harlot woman. You refused to be ashamed. If only from now on, or it's like, if only from now on would call me, or if only from now on you will call me my father. You are the master of my youth. Would he bear a grudge forever, or keep in mind eternally? Nevertheless, behold, you spoke and carried out evil deeds as much as you could. You know what I'm saying? So we had crippled our foundation by doing such things, by committing such atrocities within our own land, within, what I'm saying, not even just the land. It started within the mind state. Once we allow that stuff to be, perceived as good in our mind state, and then we polluted the physical land by bringing it into it, and then I can't. I'm sorry, I can't talk. We corrupted all our ways due to all these many different outlets we started seeking other than the Most High, and that's where we started to fall and crumble, and that's how we lost our heritage and our kinship and everything, because we allowed things of another, what I'm saying, to cripple our foundation, which is the Most High, His Torah. You know what I'm saying? And it's just what I'm saying, sad, but this is why we are trying to edify, what I'm saying, brothers and sisters. We need to come back as a unit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect in this, and we're not going to come back perfect. You know what I'm saying? None of us is perfect. It's not going to happen. That's not what this is. It's for those who have, that fighting spirit, who want to fight, who want to change, who want to be better than what they are, and know that there's something greater, what I'm saying, than what's been given to us here. You know what I'm saying? We know that we have a better purpose other than being drug dealers, hoes, pimps, athletes, entertainers, and all these things that they want to, what I'm saying, promote us as. We're greater than these things, what I'm saying, in the mind. So we gotta take these opportunities now and gain this knowledge and wisdom and use it to our advantage, so that we will have the upper hand in the later run. So with that, I'll pass it.
No, cause like our people, you know what I'm saying, we're passionate, you know what I'm saying, about the things that we do. You know what I'm saying? Like would like if they put as much time as they put into, like trying to be an athlete, or you know, just going after some folly, and they put that time towards changing and keeping the Tharawah, they'll be in a better place. You know what I'm saying? It's like we and even like our people as Christians, you know, they be so passionate about it, but like they'll refuse to come to the Tharawah. You know what I'm saying? But it's like if you put that passion towards the Tharawah, then you'll be in a better place. You know what I'm saying? You'll be in a better mind state. You know what I'm saying? Rather than relying upon an idol.
Then they come
You
at
know,
you with but brother, the blood, the blood, the blood, the blood, brother.
man, the blood was sprinkled around the altar. You know what I'm saying? It means similar to or to become like, you know what I'm saying, the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? It's like you take on the qualities of the clean animal, but it's also a representation of you upon the altar, and your prayer is sending to Yahweh.
Khan.
Jay said,
But I was just saying in reference to, like, how our brothers and sisters in that stuff be talking, especially when it comes to Christians. And you're right, they're so passionate about their Christian, about that Christianhood, right? Yet when you bring the Torah to them, and you're like, well, what about this, brother? Like, you're very passionate Christian, but do you understand that? You know what I'm saying? The Bible, or what you're so passionate about, it comes from the Torah. You know what I'm saying? And they just don't want to hear any of it. You don't have to say anything about YASHARAL or anything. You can just bring logistics to them, like legitimate things. Like, hey, the Bible, it comes from, the Torah. You know, that's like just legitimate things. And then they won't hearken. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just like straight up logistical things that you can like read about, things that you can like quote unquote substantiate with information. They just won't hear it. You know what I mean?
"Con, no, con, bro." And I mean, what Jay Grant said. You know what I'm saying? We didn't try every other guy to try and get right. Let's leave the idols. Let's leave the idols we love and try Yahweh. You know, it's only Yahweh. Only, you know what I'm saying? Only Yahweh Ka. You know, that's it. But like okay, let me read this verse. Let me get this verse real quick. Jeremiah 9 verse 11. Who is the wise man who will understand this? Who is he to whom the mouth of Yahweh speaks, that he may explain this? For what reason did the land perish and become parched like the desert, without a passerby? Verse 12. But Yahweh has said, because of their forsaking my Tharawah that I put before them. Moreover, they did not heed my voice nor follow it. They followed the vision of their heart, and they followed the Baalayam as their fathers taught them. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta stop like leaning on your own understanding. That's where these dudes become with all these crazy false doctrines. You know what I'm saying? It's
Oh
like
man, these weird doctrines that you be hearing. It's like, bro, where does it say any of that in the Torah? Where does it say any of what you just said? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it,
like,
it
like
don't.
old dude Judah was debating the other day, talking about like this person. They always try to make it seem like the Tharawah is alluding to someone who isn't there, or someone who isn't named, or someone who, and then they try to say, who is this someone, and then they try to fill in that someone with Jebus. And it's like, listen,
Right.
my dude, you've made two issues. You gotta deal with the first problem first. Why are you making it seem like the Tharawah is talking about somebody that it doesn't know about, or someone that we aren't informed about? You know what I'm saying? It's like the Tharawah is whole, my dude. There's not a second issue coming out that we gotta wait for. There's not we're not, you know what I mean? This is not comic book, my dude.
Right. And then and you know what I'm saying? Dang, I just lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was about to say.
No, but to back up what Brother Z was just saying, in the book of Psalms, chapter 19, this can debunk that whole Jebus thing right here. In verse 8, it say the Torah of Yahawah is perfect, restoring the soul. I don't see nothing that say Jebus right there. You know what I'm saying? So that right there just knocks that out the water. You know what I'm saying? So I
Con.
don't know. I don't know what's up with the idols. I don't know what's up with all the weird doctrine. I don't know, man.
But it goes back. It goes back to Ezekiel 43 verse 10. It says, "Tell the house of Yashael, you know what I'm saying, about the temple, you know, so they can be ashamed of all of their iniquities and all that they have done." You know what I'm saying? The temple is the inward man. They have to reflect inwardly. If they have an idol in their heart, Yahweh can't dwell there. Like it says, seek Yahweh with all your heart, your mind, and your soul. You can't seek it. You can't seek Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? And then seek, you know, an idol at the same time. It's only
Okay, look,
Yahweh God. You know
like
what I'm saying?
like I was just building off what the brother was saying, like this. What are the steps the people? Am I right? Am I wrong? The people had to take steps to build a place in order for the Most High to dwell amongst them, right?
Hey, Con, let me get that verse real quick.
They had to put everything into place so the Creator would come. You know what I mean? Not like they make up the Creator themselves with a picture. That's what other nations do. They make their creators with gold and silver. We build a place that the Most High will meet us. You know what I'm saying? Physically, did we not? So it's the same thing spiritually. The Most High is not going to dwell in your mind if you have a big old picture of Jeebus on the wall. You know what I'm saying? A big old fat picture of Jeebus on the wall in a with a Jerry curl and a Black Panther next to him. That's not going to work. You know, it's just not. You got to take that. You got to take that picture down. You got to clean the house.
Oh, give me 1 second. Let me get this verse real quick.
Because even
to
in Ezekiel, the Most High he sends Ezekiel. He takes Ezekiel on like this vision, and he like shows him into the mind of Yasharal, and where he made him bore through the hole in the wall, and he showed him into the mind of the Israelites, and you see he said every detestable image and every foul image was on the walls.
Con, and
People
it's
have these ideas engraved in their head.
Con. It said a wind lifted him. A wind lifted him. What's the word for wind? RAWACH, which means spirit and mind.
Yep.
Let me get this real quick. I was gonna go off what Brother Z said. Yahweh said, build him a sanctuary. Right? Verse 8. And they shall make me a sanctuary, and I will dwell in their midst. Right? Like everything that I show you, the form of the tabernacle and the form of all its vessels shall you do. But it says, according to all that I show you, the pattern of the Mishkan and the pattern of all its vessels, so shall you do. But it's the tabernacle, right? So verse 8. Oh, it says, Wa Asha, and they make le to afford me ma quadash, which means set apart or most holy, wa shakanate, to rest, to remain, or to abide, bata walk among them. So they shall make a set apart place, so I may rest or abide or dwell among them. Right? They shall make a you know what I'm saying, a set apart place, which will be the temple. And like it says in Leviticus, if I'm not mistaken, it's Leviticus 19. It says, I Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the entire assembly of the children of Yashael and say to them, you shall be holy, for I am holy. No, it's like you shall be holy, for holy am I, Yahweh your God. Right? So as well, you have to be that priestly man. You know what I'm saying? The head plate that says holy to Yahweh. You have to be that priestly man in conducting yourself according to the Torah and carrying yourself, according, to the Torah. But if you go back to Exodus 25, hold on, give me 1 second.
We don't got a good live stream, man.
Hey, Khan. Hey, praise Yahweh.
Con.
Yahweh willing, you know, we do more.
Con.
This is Exodus 25, verse 1 and 2. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the children of Yasharal, and let them take from me a portion. From every man whose heart motivates him, you shall take my portion. Excuse me. It says, Wayah Dabar, and he spoke Yahweh El Masha La Emar. So, and he spoke Yahweh to Moses, saying, or like with saying, or like with to say, or with uttering. It says, oh, hold on, give me 1 second. It says, the Bar El Bane Yashael. So speak matters to children of Yashael. Waya Kwaka. Hold on. It says, Waya Kwaka le Tarawama Ma'eth Eyash. So it says, and take. The word, the root would be laquak, but it means to take. For me, to present an offering or offer. Ma'eth is like with pointing to call all man. Eyash means man. Eshar, who's Yadabana, or Daban, which means free will offering, or offering yourself to do the work for the sanctuary, to build, you know, to build the inward man through the teachings of Yahweh, through the Torah. Labah, heart. So it's like free will offering, his heart. Dakwaka, eth, Tarawamah. You take eth concerning, or like pointing to Tarawamah, my offering or my sacrifice. So it's like the, you know what I'm saying, the free will offering. Like it says, speak to the children of Yashael and have them take for me an offering for every person whose heart inspires him to generosity. You shall take my offering. You know what I'm saying? Who's willingly want to do the work, you know what I'm saying, for the sanctuary or for the temple.
Con. All those who are willing. All those whose hearts motivated them.
Con.
Because without a doubt, it is a motivation for us to try to do something. I mean, we as brothers all here on this panel feel as though we need, feel as though it's something we need to do. You know what I'm saying? In this, you know what I'm saying? We can't just sit still. We got to do something. And, even making these videos or, doing what we do in our personal lives, we just try to do that. You know what I'm saying? Try to give free will offerings. You know what I'm saying? And Ben, this is YASHARAL. Coming into this, it will give you like a new heart, a new spirit. And it is unlike anything else. And as a new heart and a new spirit, you have to be careful about what people you come across and what, who who you let see that side of you, like that empathetic, merciful, giving, kind, you know what I'm saying, side of you, you know what I'm saying? Because being us as Joshua, when we come into this, we want to do that, you know what I'm saying? We want to be noble as people. We want to be giving, you know what I'm saying? But we can't always let that shield us from understanding that there is dangers in this world and that there are people who are willing to use your kindness against you. You know what I'm saying? So just guard yourself and make sure you're intelligent about how you use this new spirit and this new heart that the Most High gives you. You know what I'm saying? Because it can be damaged. You know what I mean? Anything can be, all of us, all of anything can be, damaged or so it's just be cautious.
I got a
Con.
last scripture.
Oh, go ahead. Bring him out.
All right. So this is gonna be a thick one. This is Micah 1, and I'm gonna read from verse 4 down. All right. Can y'all see me? I wasn't showing it because it's kind of dark in here. You won't be able to see much of me. I'm a uh, I'm a dark skinned brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Can't wait to
actually
see you,
red.
bro.
Yeah, you good.
Actually red skinned. No, it's funny though because you know that the Cherokee in our family, you don't really tell until you get into the sun, and you tell like our skin is not it's not just brown. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bronze. You know what I'm saying? We got that ruddy
The
shininess.
ruddy. It's like but it's like a reddish tone to our
Con,
skin.
Yeah,
con.
we
It's
got
not just
hues.
like
We got
yeah.
hues. Like I got red pockets in my chest that you can see and stuff. It's kind of weird. But Micah 1, and this is gonna be verse 4. It says, the mountains will melt away. Oh, sorry. The mountains will melt away under him, and the valleys will split open like wax before a fire, like water flowing down a slope. All this because of the sin of Ayaquah, Jacob, because of the transgressions of the house of Israel, Yasharal. Who caused the sin of Jacob? Was it not Samaria? Who caused the high places of Judah? Was it not Jerusalem? I will make Samaria into a mound in the field, a place to plant vineyards. I will roll away its stones to the valley and lay bare its foundations. All of its graven images will be smashed, all of its idolatrous gifts will be burned in fire, and I will make all of its idols desolate, for they were all collected as harlots hire, and they will revert to harlots hire. For this I will lament and wail. I will go about delirious and naked. I will make lamentation like the jackals and mourning like owls, for her wound is grievous. For it has come to Yahweh, it has extended to the gate of my people up to Jerusalem. Tell it not in Gath, weep not at all in each house in Afrath. Or what? What? How do you say that? Af, 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 Afra. Wallow in the dirt. Pass to the exile, O inhabitant of Shafar or Shafir, with nakedness uncovered. The inhabitant of Zazan or Za'anan did not go forth in lamentation for Beth Azal, the enemy. The enemy will seize the coast of his stay from you. For the inhabitants of Maroroth hope for the best, but evil came down from before Yahweh. To the gate of Jerusalem, fasten the chariot to the swift steed, O inhabitant of Lachish. That that was the origin of the sin of the people of Tazayan. For it was in you that the sins of Yasharal were found. Therefore, send gifts to Miroshet, God, the house of Akazib or Akzib will become a lost cause to the kings of Yasharal. I will let, or yeah, I will yet bring a diaspora, or a dispossessor against you, O inhabitant or Marisha. The glory of Israel will withdrawn to Adulium. Make yourself bald and pull out your hair for the children of your delight. Make your baldness broad like an eagle's, for they have departed from you. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. That was kind of yeah. So basically, the things that happened to us in these later times, you know, saying that the later prophets' time, because Micah is a later prophet, Jeremiah is a later prophet, uh, Ezekiel is a later prophet. You know what I'm saying? These things pretty much were due to our own huge amount of sin. You know what I'm saying? We was accumulating huge amounts of sin, and we weren't returning to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We was not, you know, rendering our hearts and you know what I'm saying, pulling back that heart of stone and contemplating and changing our ways. We weren't doing that. We were continuing in sin. So he will send us countless warnings from the prophets. You know what I'm saying? He'll send signs and wonders, you know what I'm saying? He'll inflict you personally. But us as a nation, we just cannot get right. You know what I'm saying? And so for the sins of Jacob, all these things happen. And it said for the sins of Jacob because, you know what I'm saying, Yasharal during certain points in time was was more like a two kingship, a two partner kingship. You know what I'm saying? We had Ephraim, who was the leader of the northern tribes and all the other tribes, and then the southern kingship was, you know, Judah, Yahawah, and you know what I'm saying, they were feud and war with each other, and they would cause each other to sin or get attached to idols and this, that, and so forth. And the very first occurrence where it's talking about Azib, you know what I'm saying, that was I believe that was, wasn't that the brother who got caught with the wood, gathering the wood, because he was from a house of Yahawah.
You talking about on the Shabbat day?
Yeah, like the very first occurrence from that.
Uh, I don't remember off the top of my head.
It was either that or oh no, I think it was actually in Midian when that brother, he was a Judite who brought that woman into his tent, and then he got the spear through his chest, and you know what I'm saying, he was killed by Phineas, one of his, you know what I'm saying, brothers. But he,
Common,
I think,
that would be like foreign wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
and you know what I'm saying, we become attached to idols. Like when in that case we became attached to Baal Peor, and that was terrible because 20,000 Yasharites died that day because of the, you know, the vast affliction that the Most High had flared up. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't fully stretch his hand out yet, but he was going to, and that's how big of a problem it had become just that, you know, fast. You know what I'm saying? It spread like wildfire because it's like one person starts to sin, you get everybody starting to sin. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. So it's it's we gotta hold ourselves accountable as well as each other. You know what I'm saying? Because kind of like with the parents, that's how the Most High treats us. If one of us do bad, He punishes the whole assembly, not just that one person. Like that one person gets afflicted, but the whole assembly gets afflicted as well because they didn't hold that person accountable. You know what I'm saying? So you know that clearly happens all throughout the Torah. So it's not just one of us. It's all of us, and it's also individual. You know what I'm saying? You got to be right individually within yourself for us to be right in as a unit. If you catch my drift, you know what I'm saying? But I'll
No,
pass back to.
con, and but yeah, brother. Oh, you have to, we have to come together, in unity, which is through the RAWACH. It's like in Deuteronomy, if I'm not mistaken, Deuteronomy 33, where it says the heritage of the of Yashael is the Torah. Hold on, let me go to it real quick. And then if any brothers you got any last verses or you got any verses you want to bring out?
Khan, I'm actually going to finish Psalms chapter 19, where I started at verse 8. Excuse me, I was eating. My bad.
Oh, you
Okay,
good, brother?
so I'm going to start back at verse 8. The Torah of Yahawah is perfect, restoring the soul. The testimony of Yahawah is trustworthy, making the simple one wise. The orders of Yahawah are upright, gladdening the heart. The command of Yahawah is clear, enlightening the eyes. The fear of Yahawah is pure, enduring forever. The judgments of Yahawah are true, altogether righteous. They are more desirable than gold, than even much fine gold, and sweeter than honey, and drippings from the combs. Also, when your servant is scrupulous in them and observing them, there is great reward. Who can discern mistakes? Cleanse me from unperceived faults. Also, from intentional sins, restrain your servant. Let them not rule me. Then I shall be perfect, and I will be cleansed of great transgression. May the expressions of my mouth and the thoughts of my heart find favor before you, Yahweh, my rock and my redeemer. And that's all I wanted to bring up.
The Torah is perfect, whole, restoring the soul. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, it's whole. It's gladdening to the heart. You know what I'm saying? It's the waters. It's the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? It's the Holy Spirit. It's the mother, the teaching for your mind. And this is Psalms 40. I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, "Neither feast offering nor meal offering did you desire, but you opened ears for me. The burnt offering and sin offering you did not request. Then I said, Behold, I have come with the scroll of the book that is written for me. To fulfill your will, my God, do I desire, and your Torah is in my innards." Right? Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah. Your Tarawah is you know what I'm saying? Yahweh's Tarawah is supposed to be in your innards. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, to what's the word I'm looking for? To internalize it. You know what I'm saying? To apply it, you know, to walk in his ways, you know. And then verse 10, "I proclaimed your righteousness in a vast assembly. Behold, I will never restrain my lips. Yahweh, you know it." Right? And like brother Z read earlier, it said, "Let our lips substitute for bulls." Bulls, you know what I'm saying, go upon the altar, which would be like a part of the cattle. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and the word "baquar" also means to seek or to search. So it's, you know, like it goes back to offering prayer and confession to Yahweh, which is this verse right here in Psalms 50. It says, give me 1 second. Psalms 50. I'm gonna start at verse 23. "He who offers confession honors me, and one who orders his way, I will show him the salvation of God." So he who offers confession, you know what I'm saying, or repentance, you know, offer his heart, you know, his mind to Yahweh, you know, to turn away from foolishness and, you know, whatever, you know, iniquity and chasing after falsehood that he was into, and return to Yahweh wholeheartedly and sincerely. Seek him. And then Brother Jay said, for real, this whole situation could be simple. Just how Yahweh told Moses to go to the elders, Exodus 3:16. The elders knew, but our elders fell short, so they don't remember when as the babes we should be looking for them guidances. Con.
It's true, because our people are misguided because of, it's not just because the young people just don't know nothing and just don't want to do nothing. It's a lot of our brothers and sisters don't have good situations growing up and don't have the best influences, you know,
Yeah.
coming into this world, because we're not prepared for this world. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand the full spiritual essence of this world. We're prepared for servitude in this world. So when we get out, you know what I'm saying, or when we start to live our life, it's like there's missing elements to it that we don't necessarily have the teaching to like, you know, to get through easily. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, a lot of brothers, sisters, and stuff come up with this Christianity, but the Christianity isn't like, it's not helping anything. It's not teaching us anything. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You know what I mean? It's not helping our brothers. You know,
Con.
they can't listen to it. They don't want to hear it because honestly, it's just a bunch of dancing and singing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of brothers just can't get with it. They're like, where's God in this? You know what I'm saying? And they get put off by the you know, they get put off by the just the essence. And then when they actually set foot in the church, they get put off by the sermon. So bringing that all back home to the youth, it's not doing nothing because you've not been fulfilled throughout that whole process. You
They
know,
don't want to
so
hear it no more.
Yeah, the young people, our young brothers and sisters don't want to hear it no more, so they're put off to it in general. So when you're trying to bring it to them, they're like, "Man, that stuff my mama be talking about, I want to hear that."
Right,
And it's like,
right.
"Nah, bruh. What you need to hear is that your mama wasn't listening, and we need to pick up where our parents didn't continue at." It's like they got their foot in the door with the Bible, and that's it. It's like they didn't do anything else with it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not saying there wasn't
Oh, you cut out, brother.
my bad. I'm not saying there wasn't brothers and sisters throughout our slave history here in America who've been open to the understanding of the Bible. You know, in the because like the truth is in the Bible you can figure out the Yasharal. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's still a lot of traps and stuff in there. You know what I mean? The foundation, which we'll be talking about in this video, is the Torah. You know what I'm saying? So our brothers and sisters in earlier generations here got their foot in the door with the Bible and with like coming to starting to get understandings of that. You know what I'm saying? But where they were blocked at, we have the ability to step over and to see. You know what I'm saying? And we have the ability to overcome that shortcoming. They just didn't take it far enough. They stopped at Jeebus. You know what I'm saying? Once a white man told them, "Hey, Jeebus was your savior for all this." You know what I'm saying? All of this in this, it all pertains to Jeebus. Once that happened, they got just they got just stuck there. You know what I'm saying? They got stuck there. So it's up to us to come to the true conclusion of things, which is that we're Yasharal and that we need to observe the testimony and keep the covenant near in our heart, and we need to live these words and come back to Yahweh. Then that's when we can start getting some ground covered. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing that's going to help our nation. It's not building an army, building them, doing all this extra stuff like doing these little protests and all this stuff. It's not about seeking the mercy of the oppressor. It's about seeking your own spirit. You know what I mean? Us as Yasharal, we've lost a lot, and we've lost our goal as a nation. We've lost our reason as a people. And that reason is in the Torah. You know what I'm saying? So
To elevate, you know what I'm saying? To elevate from that lower carnal, just like from what you see, smell, touch, you know what I'm saying, feel, you know what I'm saying, to be lifted to, you know what I'm saying, think about things on a higher level. And when I say like arrange your thoughts, it's more so goes back to like the process of creation. It's like you wage war with strategies. You know what I'm saying? You want to plan and you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, just make sure you're trying to do the best that you can, you know what I'm saying? But even though we all do sin, but you still have to, arrange your thoughts according to the RAWACH. You know what I'm saying? You have to, contemplate each and every day what you can work on, you know what I'm saying, to improve or to offer to Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Like offering vows, you know what I'm saying? Or, just wanting to seek Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Just you know what I'm saying?
Con, brother.
But also I want to get this verse real quick. This Hosea 8 and 8 verse 1. And then I'm gonna go down to 8 verse 12. But it says, "To your palate put a shofar. The enemy swoops like an eagle upon the temple of Yahweh, because they have violated my covenant and they have rebelled against my RAWACH." Right? What's the temple? The temple is also a representation of the inward man. Right? Because they have violated my covenant. What was the covenant? To keep the RAWACH and the commandments. Where's the commandments? In your mind. And they have rebelled against my Torah. So they rebelled against, Yahweh's Torah by, chasing after vanity and deceit, you know what I'm saying? And falsehood. And I'm going to skip down to verse 12. "I wrote for them the great principles of my Torah, but they were regarded as something alien." So, if, they just they didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to hear, they didn't want to hear the words of the RAWACH. just like they went to go seek out the land, right? The word for seek that's used is wayat the raw, where it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like and to seek, you know what I'm saying, or to search out, which is thawar, which is where you also get the word tarawah. So when they went to go seek out the land, you know, the land is also a representation of the Torah, or, you know what I'm saying, the spirit. But you also get the word yathar, which means abundance or excess or like exceeding. So you know what I'm saying? It's like the abundant teachings, like for your mind. Seek out the abundance of teachings in order to sprout that vegetation. In order to, you know, think cleaner, live cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Contemplate carefully. Contemplate. You know what I'm saying? If I do this, you know what I'm saying, the consequences. You know what I'm saying? But we are human, so you know what I'm saying. We do sin. It's, you know, Yahweh just want us to try. But yeah, if any of the other brothers got any scriptures they want to bring out, Jay said it's so bad that they leave the Bible because of white Jesus and go follow. My bad, I can't even speak right now. And go follow another strange idol. We have the zeal just placing it in the wrong areas, right?
That's how you know we the people, because we got the spirit, but it's like we're misplacing it everywhere. How many people do you know on this planet who misplace their spiritual guidance like elsewhere? We're the only people that do that. We're the only people that will confide in others for our spiritual guidance. Other nations have their own spiritual home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying those nations necessarily made it or they, you know what I'm saying, but they consider it theirs, and they you know what I'm saying, they have faith in it. We as a nation, we go to and fro, where and where, you know what I mean, just to figure out something. You know what I'm saying, trying to find our way back home.
And then we try to be like the other nations by taking on their traditions and, you know, and following after their idols. When we're supposed to follow after, you know, Yahweh, which, you know what I'm saying, Yahweh's ways, or his, you know what I'm saying, journey in his ways, his course of life. You know what I'm saying?
I got a scripture.
I'll go ahead, brother.
I do too. Once the brother's done.
Okay.
Pick that metal chest piece.
I got a world famous scripture right here on the line. This is Hosea 5. Hosea 5 verse 14. Yep. So Hosea 5 verse 14, and it reads, "For I am like a lion to Ephraim, and like a lion's whelp to the house of Yahweh. As for me, I will mangle and I will go. I will carry off, and no one will rescue. I will go, I will return to my place until they will acknowledge their guilt and seek my face. In their distress, they will seek me. They will say, 'Come, let us return to Yahweh, for he has mangled us, and he will heal us. He has smitten, and he will bandage us. He will heal us after 2 days. On the third day, he will raise us up, and we will live before him.'" Right? So where's Jeebus in that? You know what I'm saying? I heard we. You know what I'm saying? And us. You know what I'm saying? There's no I in team. That's what they forgetting. You know what I'm saying? They need to put some respect on it. It ain't never been about a circular person. If that was the place, the only person that would have had enough juice to even hold that spot was Moses. And he's passed on. So nobody else will hold that position. That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Is you. Is you. Like you're, you know what I'm saying, the anointed one. You're the, you know, Messiah. Which means to contemplate, meditation, prayer, to be devoted to the Torah is you. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're the representation of, you know, the high priest, you know what I'm saying, who wore the holy, the head plate, said holy to Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? You know, the offerings is your prayer. You know what I'm saying? The temple is you reflecting inwardly upon the teachings. Yahweh helping you within the eternal fight, giving you the strength in order to overcome those earthly desires. You know what I'm saying? You know, to keep the Torah and the RAWACH within your mind. You know what I'm saying? To have, you know, equal balances, equal scales. You know, to judge properly, to have discernment, to be a set apart people.
Con. I mean, that's what it's all about. We must. First off, we're supposed to be set apart anyway because we're surrounded by our enemies. You know what I'm saying? You know what right person in their mind would be, you know, friends with their enemies, or in our new days, who gonna be friends with their ops? You know what I'm saying? Nobody. That ain't good. You know what I'm saying? That ain't good for business because you always see a snake before you get bit. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, that you gave it a beneficial of the doubt, and it showed you its true colors. And that's what the nations have always done to us. We were always straight off chasing the nations, luring us away from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And we've always allowed them to be that wedge and stumbling block. You know what I'm saying? It's like we were the spoiled kid who got everything in life. You know what I'm saying? Didn't appreciate it enough to where it was time for us to be on our own. We didn't have nothing to, you know, to answer for it. So we flop bad. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, we will cry back to him, and we will want to change, and not distress. You know what I'm saying? We will have to come back to the Most High once we realize that we messed up, because just like before, didn't realize we were being afflicted. You know what I'm saying? We were the man burning, but we didn't know we were on fire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to know the situation that's going on. We also have to know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? How to go about it. But through that, that's just coming back to the Most High, because everything is revealed in His Torah. You know what I'm saying?
Con,
It tells the present, the future, past. You know what I'm saying? It speaks forever.
bro.
Selah.
Khan, I had a verse that I wanted to read. This is going to be Proverbs chapter 7, verse 1. And it says, "My child, heed my words and store up my commandments with yourself. Heed my commandments and live, and heed my Torah as the apple of your eyes. Bind them on your fingers, inscribe them on the tablets of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister, and call understanding a friend, that they may safeguard you from a forbidden woman, from a strange woman, who makes her words glide. For I have looked out from the window of my house through my lattice, and I saw among the fools, I discerned among the youths a lad who lacked an understanding heart, passing through the Salat. It goes on into that full story about how, you know, he sees a youth who's attracted to a forbidden woman who you know, leads him to a path of death. You don't want to be that youth. You want to be the youth who's led by the good woman, which is the Torah, the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom. I want to go over to Proverbs chapter 1 and to 2 and get these last verses out. Proverbs chapter 1, it's gonna be verse 1 through, okay, here, Proverbs chapter 1. It says, the Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of YASHARAL, in order to make known words of wisdom and discipline, to make words of understanding discernible, to accept wise discipline, righteousness, justice, and fairness, to provide simple ones with cleverness, and a youth with knowledge and design, that a wise one may hear and increase his learning, and a discerning one may acquire strategies to understand parable and epigram, the words of the wise and their enigmas. The fear of Yahawah is the beginning of knowledge. Fools who scorn wisdom and discipline. Foolish ones scorn wisdom and discipline. Hear, my child, the discipline of your father, and do not forsake the teaching of your mother, for they are an adornment of grace for your head and a chain for your neck. Right? Verse 23. 1 second. Return to my reproof, and I will express my spirit to you. I will make my words known to you. But because I have called to you and you have refused, because I've stretched forth my hand and no one listened, and you rejected my every counsel, and you desired not my reproof. I too will laugh at your misfortune and mock when your dread arrives. Because they hated knowledge and did not choose fear of Yahweh. I'm sorry, I jumped down to verse 29. Because they hated knowledge and did not choose fear of Yahweh, they did not desire my they did not desire my counsel. They spurned all my reproof. They would eat the fruit of their way and be sated with their own schemes. For the tranquility of the simpletons will kill them, and the contentment of fools will destroy them. But he who listens to me will dwell securely, and he will be undisturbed by fear won't be disturbed. And he will be undisturbed by fear of evil. So basically, with me getting at that verse with those verses, so like I'm gonna continue to chapter 2, verse 1, and it explains what I'm saying. My child, if you accept my words and treasure my commandments with yourself, to make your ears attentive to wisdom, incline your heart to understanding. For only if you call out to understanding and give forth your voice to discernment, if you seek it as it were silver, and search for it as if it were a hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of Yahweh and discover the knowledge of God. For Yahweh grants wisdom. From his mouth comes forth knowledge and understanding. He has secured the eternal Torah for the upright. It is a shield for those who walk in innocence, to safeguard the paths of justice, for he protects the way of his devout ones. So that's just what I mean. That's what it is. The Torah is the foundation of YASHARAL, and it also is the heritage of Jacob. Brothers and sisters listening, make that your foundation. You don't need to venture off. You don't need to inquire of other texts, of other, you know what I'm saying, of other you don't need to inquire of others to gain this understanding. The foundation is the Tarawah. This is the foundation. Going out and you know what I'm saying, and gaining understanding and wisdom from other sources is fine, but make sure that you can wash it through the Tarawah and it's clean. Because if it's
Con,
not filmable, uh 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 if it's not filtratable through the Tarawah, then it's best probably just to leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Not
con.
saying try to
It's like,
make bad things good through the Tarawah. No, like if you're doing something or if you're engaged in something and you want to know in your heart and your mind if it's correct, you know what I'm saying? Search through the precepts, search through the Tarawah to you know, to gain understanding of your choices and to make sure that it's the best way you should be going about said situation or whatever it is that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that the Tarawah is your home, you know what I mean, your foundation. You know what I'm saying?
con. You know what I'm saying? Before before you start reading that New Testament, make sure you got a firm foundation within the Torah. You know what I'm saying? You might read it and you might not be deeply rooted within the Torah, and it can cause you to stumble and, you know what I'm saying, go astray. You know what I'm saying? Do something that you read in the New Testament because you didn't have a firm grasp on the Torah. You know what I'm saying? But I did have a couple more verses, unless any other brothers had a verse.
No, that was my last one.
Okay, Con. All right, these gonna be my last verses. I'm gonna read what Jay Grant said. He said Hosea 4 verse 6, and we are caught. And then he said lack of knowledge verse, but the killer part they never quoted. They never quote is it the priest part. We were called to be kings and priests. Lack the knowledge stop us from being priests, right? Because it's supposed to be a kingdom of ministers, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just lacking the knowledge, lacking the Tarawah, you know what I'm saying, cause us to go astray. Wanting to be like the other nations called us to go astray. You know, following our own heart's desires called us to go astray. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it is. There, this is Hosea 4 verse 6. My people has been eliminated for lack of knowledge, for you have spurned knowledge, and I will spurn you from serving me. And as you have forgotten the Torah of your God, I too will forget your children. Right? Forgotten the Tarawah. And then also I got two verses. But more so it's the crucible, the iron crucible. Because you know, establishing a foundation within the RAWACH, there's going to be things that try to, you know, get you away from it, whether it be, you know, it's going to things that cause havoc, you know, like within your mind or your spirit, you know, that'll try to vex you and try to turn you astray. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be like carnal desires or like enticement, you know what I'm saying? You got to combat it, you know, with the internal fight or contemplation upon the Torah. So, you know what I'm saying? It's the iron crucible. It's to refine you to burn off, you know, the impurities in order to get the final, you know, product. You got to burn off the dross, you know what I'm saying, in order to get the gold, you know, in like the purest form.
Yeah, you want me to give you that verse for that?
I got it. It's Jeremiah. I got one in the Jeremiah and one in Isaiah. But this is oh, if you got another one, bro, go ahead and bring it up.
I got the one in Isaiah for the iron crucible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want to read that one, you can, brother. This is this Jeremiah 11, verse 3. Say to them, thus said Yahawah, God of YASHARAL, or Elahe YASHARAL, cursed is the man who will not listen to the words of this covenant that I commanded your forefathers on the day I took them out of the land of Egypt, from the iron crucible, saying, listen to my voice and fulfill the commandments according to all that I command you, so that you will be a people for me and I will be a God for you, in order to fulfill the oath that I swore to your forefathers to give them, a land flowing with milk and honey as this very day. So, you know, milk and honey, healing and sustenance, you know, a good and spacious land, rakah, wideness, to move about, room to maneuver, you know what I'm saying, to arrange, to, you know what I'm saying, to move to and fro, you know, it's to elevate mentally and spiritually, right? And it said, I took them out from the land of Egypt, from the iron crucible. Egypt was, Matarayam means prison or confinement or like a tight space. You know what I'm saying? And the iron crucible, like, if you know, it refines you. You go through the affliction, but you know, you strong through the affliction. You know, you gain, you know, that strength from that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you apply it. You know what I'm saying? And it builds your character. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, basically like with Adam and Eve, they had the angelic mind state, or you know, the higher intellectual thinking, or like the peaceful mind state, which was the garden of Eden, which also means strength, or like a foundation. But once they ate the apple, or the knowledge, you know, from the tree also means counsel. Ox means counsel. So once they took from the, you know, that counsel, you know, they became corrupted, you know, knowing good and evil. So that's therefore they had to work the soil in order to get back to that mind state. And so they fell. They died in the mind. They went back to the earthly man. Like, and it says man seeks many intrigues. You know what I'm saying? But Yahawah knows the heart. So, you know, Yahawah wants us to try and, you know, to offer him confession when we mess up, when we sin. But due to us not doing that is the reason why, you know, we got, you know, exiled, kicked out of the land. You know what I'm saying? We got punished for what we did because we didn't take it to heart. But if you got that verse, brother, you can bring it out.
Give me a second.
Oh, you good, bro? I got it right here, bro. If you don't have it yet.
Isaiah 48, right?
Yeah.
9 and 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on. Isaiah 48, verse 9. For my sake I shall restrain my wrath. For my praise I shall withhold my anger from you, not to cut you down. Behold, I refine you, but not like silver. I have chosen for you the crucible of hardship. For my sake I will do it. For how can I let my name be profaned? I will not cede my glory to another. know what I'm saying? So like, you know, it says the crucible of hardship. And like it said in the last verse, it was like the crucible, you know, the iron crucible of Egypt. You know, our people was working, they had a shortness of mind, shortness of spirit. But, you know, yeah, as you know, Yahweh refines us and we go through the trials, you know, we contemplate upon the teachings and we apply them. You know, you know, you gain strength in the mind. You become courageous. You know what I'm saying? You know how to combat, you know what I'm saying, the lower self. You know how to prevail or overcome those lower carnal thoughts when they arise. You know, arise in your mind. You know, like once you get those foolish thoughts, you know what I'm saying, you know, you have discernment. You know, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna turn your back on Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Or turn away from the RAWACH. But yeah, I'm getting a little hungry too. If any of the other brothers got any last verses or anything,
Any last
bring out.
remarks?
I'm gonna bring out something from the Dead Sea Scrolls.
I actually got something from Proverbs chapter 24, and I'm gonna start at verse 3, and I'm gonna end at verse 7. But after I end at verse 7, if one of you brothers could do me a favor and read Psalms chapter 23 for me.
I
Once
got you.
I'm done with this, now tie up pretty much everything that I have to say for the night.
Oh, you said Psalms 23?
Yep.
All right.
All right, so here we go. Verse 3. And I'm at Proverbs chapter 24. Through wisdom a house is built, and it is established through understanding. And through knowledge its chambers become filled with all dear and pleasant treasures. The wise man remains steadfast, and the man of knowledge grows stronger. For through wise strategies you can wage war for your benefit, and salvation is abundant counsel. But to a foolish one, wisdom is wisdom is an unattainable gem. He will not open his mouth at the gate. See what I'm saying? So that pretty much ties up the whole thing we were talking about today. You know, you just gotta establish yourself through wisdom. You know,
Okay.
through the Torah.
But it's like,
Oh, my bad, bro.
let's say I got a shot of tough love for him right quick.
Go ahead with it.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. This is gonna be a buckshot to the head, and this is Jeremiah 5, and I'm gonna read from verse 3 down. So bear with me. It's not gonna be super long. I'm not gonna be long-winded, but I'm gonna make a point. So Jeremiah 5, verse 3, it says, Yahweh, uh, Yahweh, are your eyes not toward truth? Therefore, you have stricken them, but they have not felt sickened. You have nearly annihilated them, but they have not but they have refused to accept discipline. They made their countenances harder than rock. They refused to repent. As for me, I said to myself, they must only be the impoverished ones. They act foolishly, for they do not know the way of Yahweh, the law of their God. I will go to the leaders and speak to them, for they know the way of Yahweh, the law of their God. But I saw that together they have broken the yoke, snapped their straps. Therefore, the lion of the forest struck them, the wolf of the deserts vanquished them, the leopard stalks their cities. Whoever leaves them will be torn apart, for their sins are abundant and their waywardness is intense. Why should I forgive you for this? Your children have forsaken me. They swear by non gods. I made them affluent, but they act adulterously. They converge upon a brothel. They were like well fed horses rising early, each man neighing to his wife, each man neighing to the wife of his acquaintance. Shall I not punish for these things? The word of Yahweh, and from a nation such as this shall my soul not exact vengeance? Attack her plains and destroy, but do not completely annihilate. Remove her shoots, for they are not faithful to Yahweh. For they have not completely betrayed me, the house of Israel and the house of Yahweh, the word of Yahweh. So yeah, that's how bad it got. Just a little piece of that. That's how much we corrupted ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way this really happened. It happened within ourselves first. You know what I'm saying? There was an internal struggle that we couldn't overcome, and we allowed that to become bigger than, you know what I'm saying, the Most High, and that's where we went wrong. You know what I'm saying? That ego. So because we kept, diving into our own pursuits, you know what I'm saying, we were continuously destroyed, and we didn't even see through those, destructions that we were being afflicted because of our doings. You know what I'm saying? He told us we refuse to accept discipline. You know what I'm saying? What do you do to a child who refuses to accept discipline? You kick them out. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to live under your rules. They can't follow the instructions that you have laid out for them. You know what I'm saying? You've tried. You know what I'm saying? You've been a good parent. You've done what the parent's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Which is give them love and provide for them. But you know, at a certain point, you kick them out. They got to survive on their own, and that's what happened to us. You know what I'm saying? We kept betraying his trust. You know what I'm saying? And we kept acting adulterously with other ideas, with other, you know what I'm saying, ideologies, with other idols, you know what I'm saying, with other, things not, you know what I'm saying, was flirting with different notations of thought, you know what I'm saying, other than what the Most High already blessed us with. Because he already blessed us with, you know what I'm saying, the highest of the high. So what they can produce doesn't compare. That's what they can't. That's why I don't understand why people can't understand what the world trying to produce for us can't even fathom what the Most High has already given us. We just have to be able to. We got to get back to our mind state. You know what I'm saying? But we're not there. So we still small minded. You know what I'm saying? We can't see the bigger picture. But I mean, with that said, we was happy that we had we was happy that we was able to get out, you know what I'm saying, some real edification today. We was happy to be able to get into these scriptures and be able to, break down these lessons and to real, get some closure about some of these things because, you know what I'm saying, our people are hurting right now, and you know what I'm saying, it's a real tough time, and it seems like everybody could use a hug, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, everybody take it easy. You know what I'm saying? Keep
Word,
y'all
bro.
prayers.
It's a big
And
old bear hug, man.
yeah, man. I mean, it's we all going through it like bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, Jake, we gotta stick together. We gotta be, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta be like Jeebus with the Christians. They always talking about that lovey-dovey bull crap. But I mean like genuine love, you know what I'm saying? For once another, because we all YASHARAL, and we the only ones we got for real, for real. Because as you can see, ain't nobody else sticking up for us besides us. All that
Kind of,
fake love. Yeah.
we're supposed to watch out for our, you know what I'm saying, our brothers and our sisters. Because if you see somebody strand, you know what I'm saying, and you don't warn them, you know what I'm saying, that blood is on your hands. When you had the, you know what I'm saying, the ability to, or, you know what I'm saying, when you had the, you know what I'm saying, the chance to, you know what I'm saying,
Huh.
and you see somebody, falling out of the why, you don't say nothing, you know what I'm saying, you know, that blood could be on your hand. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to watch out for each other, you know what I'm saying. We see some of our, brothers strand, we try to get them back on the right track, you know what I'm saying. But after you warn them, it's up to them, you know what I'm saying, if they gonna, you know, follow Yahweh or not. If they're gonna still continue doing what, you know what I'm saying, what they've been doing. And you know what I'm saying, and don't listen to like rebuke. But this is from the Dead Sea Scrolls. This is 1QS 3 and 4. This in the study edition of the Dead Sea Scrolls, Volume 1. This is collection 4, 4Q257. But the second verse, it says, "There are paths in the world to enlighten the heart of man, straighten out in front of him all the paths of true justice, establish in his heart respect for the precepts of God. It is a spirit of meekness, of patience, generous compassion, eternal goodness, intelligence, understanding, potent wisdom, which trusts in all the deeds of God and depends on his abundant mercy, a spirit of knowledge in all the plans of action, of enthusiasm for the decrees of justice, of holy plans with firm purpose, of generous compassion with all the sons of truth, of magnificent purity which detests all unclean idols, of careful behavior and wisdom concerning everything, of concealment concerning the truth of the mysteries of knowledge. These are the foundations of the spirits. My bad. These are the foundations of the spirit of the sons of truth in the world, and the reward of all those who walk in it will be healing, plentiful peace and a long life, fruitful offspring with all everlasting blessings, eternal enjoyment with endless life, and a crown of glory with majestic raiment and eternal light, or illumination, or or enlightenment, through the Torah. These are all the foundations of the spirit of the sons of truth in the world. The the keepers of the RAWACH, YAHSHARAL, those who love Yahweh. And with that, this is gonna be my last verse. This is Ezekiel 36, and I'm gonna start at verse 22. Therefore, say to the house of YAHSHARAL, thus says Adonai Yahweh Elohim, it is not for your sake that I act, O house of YAHSHARAL, but for my holy name that you have desecrated among the nations where you came. I will sanctify my great name that is desecrated among the nations, that you have desecrated among them. Then the nations will know that I am Yahweh, the word of Adonai Yahweh Elohim, when I become sanctified through you before their eyes. I will take you from among the nations and gather you from all the lands, and I will bring you to your own soil. Then I will sprinkle pure water upon you, that you may become cleansed. I will cleanse you from all your contamination and from all your idols. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you, or mind. I will remove the heart of stone from your flesh and give you a heart of flesh. Bashar, which is good tidings, which is the words of the RAWACH. I will put my spirit within you, and I will make it so that you will follow my decrees and guard my ordinances and fulfill them. You will dwell in the land that I gave to your forefathers, and you will be a people to me, and I will be a God to you. I will save you from all your contaminations. I will summon the grain and increase it, and I will not inflict famine upon you. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm gonna continue. Verse 30. I will increase the fruit of the tree and the produce of the field, so that you will no longer be subject to the shame of hunger among the nations. Then you will remember your evil ways and your deeds, that you were not good. And you will be disgusted with yourselves in your own sight because of your iniquities and because of your abominations. Not for your sake do I act, the word of Adonai Yahweh Elohim. Let this be known to you. Be embarrassed and ashamed of your ways, O house of YAHSHARAL. And that goes back to Ezekiel. And that goes back to Ezekiel 43, verse 10. Tell the house of YAHSHARAL about the temple, all its exits, all its entrances, all its forms, all its laws, which is the words used as RAWACH. You know what I'm saying? All its decrees, ordinances, you know what I'm saying? So they can be ashamed of their iniquities. So they can know that, so, you know what I'm saying? We can know that we have sinned, right? You know what I'm saying? And to fulfill them, to observe, or, you know what I'm saying, to keep watch or to safeguard, right? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Praise Yahweh for allowing us to get together, in order to do a live stream, you know what I'm saying? To put forth, you know what I'm saying, his RAWACH, his precepts for YAHSHARAL, you know what I'm saying? To help edify, you know what I'm saying? To contemplate upon, you know what I'm saying? To meditate, you know what I'm saying? To, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? To put forth the RAWACH, because our people are lacking, you know what I'm saying? In knowledge of our Creator. But yeah, I just want to say praise Yahweh, and shalom to everybody, who watching, anybody who came to watch the stream. Shout out to TK, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the Torah keepers, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Judah, brother Vanya, brother Thom, you know what I'm saying? Brother Jay Grant, you know what I'm saying? Brother Jordan, brother X, you know what I'm saying? Brother Z, you know what I'm saying? You just pray Yahweh allow us to stay within the RAWACH, because it is our heritage, which is what we need to keep in order to be established in the foundation, you know what I'm saying, which is the Torah, and you know, keeping the covenant and making sure we keep the commandments, and to become a nation of discernment. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be a light to the peoples, but how are we gonna be a light to the peoples if we can't even get ourselves right? You know what I'm saying? We got to get ourselves right first, right? But if any of the brothers got any last words,
I just want to say shalom to all the brothers and sisters. I hope you were able to gain something from this video. I'm hoping we spoke to somebody out there. More than just that, I hope the YASHARAL listening was able to gain some type of morale boost, you know, because we're lacking spirit, and not like lacking spirit lacking like the knowledge or the wisdom, but it's like we're lacking like the enthusiasm to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like the understanding ain't there. You know what I'm saying? The understanding part isn't there. You know what I'm saying? It's like the product. So you know, we need uh some energy, you know, some morale, I guess. So shalom to all the brothers and sisters out there. I hope you're doing well. We here. If any of you brothers and sisters commenting and stuff, ever want to come on to the show or ever want to like, you know, speak, we'll put the link in the description if you ever feeling
dang,
up to it. And
I should have put the link down. My bad, brother. I didn't cut you off.
no, you're right. Like I said, um feel free to hit us up, feel free to contact us. Um, you know, shalom to all the brothers and sisters out there, and hope you all do better and are doing well. Shalom.
Hey, Jay, Con. It's good to, you know what I'm saying. It's good to see, you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, coming to the panel. You know what I'm saying. Just tune in. You know what I'm saying. I forgot. I didn't drop the link. I'm not gonna forget next time to drop the link if any of you brothers, you know, sisters want to come in. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, we just, you know, we trying to keep the Tharawah, you know, as best as we can, as well as becoming men. You know what I'm saying? We're young men now, but you know what I'm saying, we're trying to become young men and apply the Tharawah to our lives in order to, you know what I'm saying, to be better established, you know what I'm saying, for when we have families and raise them through the Tharawah.
Get back, run up all the way up here. Maybe we can hide in the right there.
You know what I'm saying? But
Khan.
if any other brothers got anything they want to say.
But I just want to say shalom and Yahawah Akkad. You know what I'm saying? It's been really
Yahawah Akkad.
nice being on here with y'all, you know, and being able to bring out some points and some things that hopefully people were able to hearken to and be able to apply to their lives, you know. Well, let me actually turn my camera on, you know. But yeah, you know, I really hope that this was edifying to everybody, and that you learn something from it, and that you are able to apply this, and hopefully that there are Torahs online still, because they're actually running out. So I do recommend that you guys go and get you a Torah. You know what I'm saying? Here, I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the front, just so you know. You know, that's what it looks like. And there's plenty of other different colors. And they got a green one, got tiny student edition ones and stuff. You know, all the brothers got some. You know, everybody show their Torahs. We all got Torahs, you know. But yeah, be sure you guys go and grab you one. Also, the Dead Sea Scrolls. We use different language.
My girl was just saying to me, if we ever do a video like this, we can put the link for the Amazon, for whatever website we buy the tours and stuff on in the description on a video, so that they can just click the link and have access right there.
That's a good idea. But yeah, you know, I just hope you brothers and sisters have a beautiful rest of the day. And shalom, Yahawah Akkad.
Yahawah Akkad.
Yahawah Akkad, brother. Yahawah Akkad.
Yahawah Akkad.
Let me get my closing statement.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
All right, shalom, YASHARAL, brother X. I just want to say shalom. Also, want to give my condolences to the brothers who have lost family members over this past month in our group. You know, brother Vanya and brother Dom. I want to say shout out to you guys, and just want to let you guys know that we support you guys, and if you need anything, that we love you and we're here for you. and so is the Most High. So with that being said, I just want to say shalom to everybody, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Give it a thumbs up, and yes, we do seriously, like, we invite anybody who comes in amongst you respectful. You know what I'm saying, and you know, you're bringing forth to the conversation. You know what I'm saying, you're bringing, you know, actual, you know, food. You know what I'm saying, you're not starving. You know what I'm saying, you're bringing actual knowledge. You're not just there to occupy time and, you know, waste time. So we do encourage all the brothers and sisters who want to come on, who wants to, you know, add to the topics, who feel like they have something that they want to bring out that we can expound on. We'll all do, you know what I'm saying, come on in, we'll drop the link, and, you know what I'm saying, like we said, um, just you know, be respectful, and, you know what I'm saying, we're always peaceful. And with that being said, shalom, and you guys have a good rest of your night.
Khan, Shalom, bro. Shout out to Shalom too. Shout out to all TK. You know what I'm saying? All the Torah keepers out there. Make sure you keep the Torah. You know what I'm saying? Keep the commandments. Observe it. You know what I'm saying? Protect it. You know, always seek Yahweh with all your mind, your heart, and your soul. And Yahweh will make himself available to you. You know what I'm saying? As long as you make sure you're doing your part, and you want to walk in Yahweh's truth to the utmost. You know what I'm saying? Your desire, you know what I'm saying, is to do better and to improve. You know what I'm saying? According to Yahweh's ways. But with that being said, shalom to everybody out there. Shalom to you brothers, and Yahweh Akkad.
YAHAWAH.
Yahweh Akkad.
Yahweh Kai, Yahweh Zabaywa.
Shalom.